it was the, let's see, 2 o'clock p.m., 68th of autumn when we left off. Sim, why don't you give us a quick recap, and then we'll get back into it.
Sure. So last session we didn't cover a lot of physical ground, although we covered a lot of metaphysical ground. We started just having left Anakate's projected memory chamber, having succeeded at that fight and collected a few more crystals, and we were left trying to decide whether we wanted to seek out more memory chambers and crystals or just proceed to the cathedral. This conversation took a bit of time because we really weren't sure how to balance the threat of going in undersupplied or getting too injured or, too tapped out to proceed to the cathedral after we were done sweeping out these memory chambers. While we were discussing this, we walked over to the cathedral to see if anything had changed over there, or the cathedral entrance, and there we were met by Cordis, or a projection of him, who both informed us that we could not be scryed through his array while we were in the memory chambers, and that he suspected that there was a deeper connection between what was happening or what we were learning in there and whatever entity was responsible for all this, and therefore encouraged us to continue exploring them. He also asserted that it seemed like this entity was learning more about us and getting more access to our minds, and was therefore able to do some things that he hadn't witnessed himself, which didn't seem to be an argument in favor of proceeding, but who knows. When I mentioned that we were having difficulty maybe staying in good enough shape to keep progressing as we were, he suggested that there was a cache of healing potions in the southwestern forge, and then swiftly vanished, which is when we realized he was a projection, which sort of leaves open the question whether he was capable of projecting an image through the scrying array, or whether he was just fabricated by the entity to convince us to do more of these rooms. Who knows? But when the tribe was discussing, Beryl and Reed seemed to heavily favor the idea of tracking down more imps to learn and potentially freeing them or whatever to try to gain more information about the nature of these crystals and what they are for, really. So we went looking for more imps and therefore more memory rooms, and we found Sim's memory room. He wanted the whole tribe to go in with him because he felt like disrupting it as quickly as possible, not eager to explore things. And they went in and found Demel, a person from his past, who sort of interrogated him about his motives and convictions while the standard fight through the illusion was happening. At the end of that fight, we left the room, and Reed decided to opt out of looking for more memory chambers, so we all went to the cathedral, and we had Anakate attempt to breach the door, and something kind of funny happened, and the cathedral door itself was replaced with a door that Reed was familiar with, so we didn't get to skip that tour through his memories. We passed through a black portal, which was different. The other doorways had opaque white glows when we opened them, but we passed through Reed's memory door into the chamber where we met his patron, or a projection of her, Lysandra, who seemed friendly enough, although Anakate didn't trust her, and after questioning Reed's convictions or experiences in a similar way to that Demel did for me, sent him on into a mass of shadowy miasma. The rest of us followed with varying levels of reluctance to find Reed in the room with us, also looking at presumably a projection of Reed suspended in an experimental tank being observed by a mind flayer. And whatever's going on, it is not likely to be pleasant.
All right. Excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you for that recap, which is where we're kind of picking up. So, it is currently, as I said, the 68th of autumn at 2 o'clock p.m. So, yeah, you walk through the darkness and kind of enter a small chamber area where you, as I said, would see Reed's seemingly unconscious body just kind of floating in this vat, and what looks like a mind flayer examining him. What do you all want to do? The Mind Flayer doesn't seem to take notice of you. As it continues to observe him.
I'm gonna glance at Reed, take my cues from him here.
Yeah, I'd like to get the Mind Flayer's attention. Just like walk up and like knock on the vat.
Right. So as you walk up to the Mind Flayer, Alessandra would look to you and say, Reed, what does this mean?
I'd be like, I have no idea.
She says, this was fished from deep within your memories. When did this happen to you?
I saw this underneath the. We encountered this before we fought the Shadowlord. We found a vessel with seemingly my body in it. I didn't know it was put there by Mind Flayers though, and we just had other things to deal with to defeat this this evil creation. So we just abandoned it. I didn't know what it was at the time.
But you are familiar with the city, the place where you found the tank.
Yes.
Were you there before the undead?
I don't. I suppose, yeah.
Do you know what these Mind Flayers did to you?
I don't know.
Give me an intelligence check.
Okay.
As you kind of strain against these thoughts that seem almost familiar.
Just a save or?
Just a straight up check, so just click on intelligence. Alright, so you start to remember things that previously you seem to have wiped from your mind. The idea of being within some kind of tank, floating there, being unable to do anything. And it almost seems like you're shifting your perspective a bit. And suddenly you feel as if you are in this tank looking out at your group and the Mind Flayer. And you
Do we
can
see the
your...
Reed next to us vanish?
No, he's still standing there, but with this 1,000-yard stare on his face.
Okay.
Alessandra says, if this is true, then when you came to me, these Mind Flayers had already done something to you. And you can kind of hear her muffled voice on the outside of the tank. She says, what did they do to you, Reed? What was the purpose of them taking you like this?
I don't know.
Give me another intelligence check.
Okay.
Ooh. Alright, give me an intelligence saving throw.
Oh no.
You feel as if your mind is beginning to reject this. Something's wrong. Alright. So you would both in the tank and as Reed start to yell as an intense pain pierces your temples. Like, you take 16 points of psychic damage and you are kind of rejected back to your body here, breathing hard. You would see sort of a strange blurriness coming from the creature here. And
Does he respond to all? If I wave and shout at him, does he react to anything?
well, a moment ago he was sort of looking at you within the glass, but as this all happened, he seems to change form, and a strange-looking, much more dangerous Alhoun stands before you. Give me initiative rolls.
Hmm.
Alessandra says, "Huh, fascinating." In a strange way that you wouldn't expect Alessandra to talk.
Hey, something else been messing around inside your mind. I thought I was alone in here.
What?
Oh, this is fun.
Alright. So, initiative. Let's see, who do we have first? It looks like Gamork. So yeah, you see Reed kind of grabbing his head for a moment as the Mind Flayer before you sort of changes into this old, creepy-looking, undead-looking Mind Flayer, which actually some of you might kind of recognize.
Do we recognize that it is an Alhoun, or do we recognize the specific Alhoun?
It looks like the Alhoun you encountered in Issyk.
Ah. What did we nickname him? I can't remember. Mello? The one that survived, I think we called Mello. And
Yeah.
Uppity was the one he took out, yeah.
Yeah, so it looks kind of like the one that survived.
Gotcha.
Gamork,
The one that has the ring, right? Didn't we give him the ring?
yes, although this one doesn't seem to have a ring.
Okay.
You'd be the first to act, Gamork, as this creature kind of starts flailing his tendrils around and goes looking towards the group, suddenly, as if it just noticed you for the first time. Behind you, you also would notice two of those hunger creatures that seemingly appear from nowhere.
So we can still see out into that space?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because Lysandra was talking in. You couldn't see in at first, but when you walked in, you could see out.
Okay. Huh.
The closest thing to me, I think, is a hunger creature, so I'm going to, what can I do? Does Celestial Resistance do anything?
I believe it gives you resistance to necrotic and radiant damage.
Okay. I just gonna take a shot with my longbow at the one of the hunger creatures.
Alright, so
I can only see. Is that this one here?
So this is the Alhoun. The hunger creatures are these guys back here.
Oh, okay. Like, I'm not exactly sure if I should be like shooting at this guy if he's controlling Reed or doing something to him.
Well, do you want to take the dodge action, or...
Yeah, I'll take the dodge action and see what the rest of the group does.
Alright.
Maybe I'll get a clue.
So you take the dodge action, kind of waiting to see what everyone else does. Sim, what are you going to do?
I am going to cast Bless on all of us, and I'll include the Sandra, I guess? Yeah,
Okay.
because that seems worth doing.
Alright, so you cast Bless. Go ahead and link it.
Yep. Oh man, it's not gonna let me upcast. With the upcast, it, oh, well, maybe it will. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. It should be able to reach everyone, and Sandra,
Okay.
and then, yeah. Then I'm gonna move here. and attempt to spend my bonus action to pull Reed 5 feet closer to me.
Okay, Reed, are you gonna resist? Or are you gonna let him psychically pull you?
Yeah, he can. I will not resist.
All right, so you can let yourself be pulled.
Right. And that's my turn.
That is it for you. All right. So sorry, one moment. Oh, also, really quick aside, Big J, it looks like you're displaying as your account right now on the Roll20. If you go to the chat, to the drop down at the bottom of the chat, you have to switch that over to your character instead of your account. So there might be two versions of yourself. You just have to choose the other one.
Okay. There we go. That should work.
Yep, that worked. Okay. So next up is the Alhoon. So the Alhoon kind of looks menacingly towards the group. And it is going to probably fire out a cone at you all. Because it does not seem to be nice. So it does a mind blast towards Reed, Anna Kate, and Sim, and Beryl. As a cone of psychic energy goes at the three of you. I believe it's an int save I need.
For your blessings.
Oof.
I'm going to spend inspiration on this.
I am
seems
also
good.
going to spend inspiration on this.
Okay. So the
I don't think even with the
Wow.
well, the DC is 16 int save. If you fail it,
I sure did.
that's real weird. Alright, I gotta roll it manually. For some reason it didn't roll the damage. So if you fail it, you are struck with this strange psychic energy that kind of blasts through your mind, doing 7, 8, 14 points of psychic damage and stunning you. For
there
up
goes
to
blast.
for up to a minute. You can repeat the save though at the end of each of your turns to end the effect.
Well, sorry everyone, Bless is gone. I think stun breaks concentration.
It does, yeah. It
Oh.
incapacitates you. So that was its action. It's then going to finish its turn. Who's stunned? Is it Anna Kate and who else?
Oh, it's me too. Sorry, I didn't put up the thing.
Reed and Sim.
Alright, so it's going to move this way.
Beryl's the
5,
only one that's saved.
10, 20, 25, 30. Moving over to here past a stunned Reed. And Gamork actually was unaffected because he didn't target him. But that is it for the Alhoon. And I just realized I don't think you can see any of this, can you, Big J?
I can't.
And if you could, I forgot to go through all this with you. If you go into the Roll20 settings, you can change your display name in Roll20. Just set it to your character name.
Alright.
Until I get used to that.
Absolutely.
Alright, and I'll put a thing down so you could see, so you're not just sitting here in the dark.
Thank you.
You can watch the party get murdered. Can you see now?
I can, yes.
Okay. Alright, so that is it for the Alhoon. Reed, what do you want to do?
I am stunned, so I will attempt to save. It's like a 16 I need.
Yeah, DC 16 int save.
Alright. Nope.
Alright. So, unfortunately, you are still stunned. Go ahead and, those of you who are stunned, put a minute marker on yourselves just so it counts down. That's just the stopwatch. I'll have to remember that Reed one passed for you. just in case you're stunned for a full minute. Which would be unfortunate, but, you never know.
I'll go ahead and predict that that's what's going to happen to me.
Alright. So the hungry goes. This one roars. And it's going to rush over at Beryl. And try to gnaw on her. Using its multi-attack. So it makes 1 bite and 1 claw attack at you, Beryl. 25 versus AC.
That definitely hits.
Alright, so you are clawed for 21 psychic damage, as the attack doesn't seem to directly hurt you, but damages your mind. It's then going to bite at you. 12 versus AC.
That misses.
Alright, so it lunges at you, but Beryl kind of eeps and scampers back after being slashed with the claw, and it just sort of bites the air where you just were. That is it for that one. This one goes, and it's going to rush at Sim, doing a multi-attack as well. Unfortunately, Sim is stunned, so this could be an auto crit.
Who knows?
Oh, but it rolls a natural crit. Alright, now the game's just taunting you. So you are struck for 30 points of psychic damage as the creature seemingly slashes you but doesn't do any wounds. You just feel pains in your mind.
Sorry,
you go ahead.
How many damage? Sorry, I was doing arithmetic and
30?
forgot again. 30, thank you.
It is then going to bite at you. With the advantage 25, I believe would strike you.
Yeah, it sounds right.
So you are struck for 20 necrotic and 10 psychic, so 30 again.
Okay. Well.
That is it. Or go ahead.
Oh, I'm bloodied. I've got all these little tokens on me.
All right.
More than I've ever had, I think.
Anna Kate.
All right, here comes the second of many intelligence save fails.
So, actually, hang on a second, Anna Kate. As you are sitting there stunned, trying to fight it off, the sword would actually speak to you.
Of course it would.
It will say, "This is not a pretender. I sense true chaos is near. We must greet it." And you automatically make your save at the end of the turn.
Aww.
Whoa,
That's awesome.
hey.
So that is it for Anna Kate. Beryl.
Beryl's gonna squeal as these hungries come after us, and she's going to cast Firewall.
Alright. Go ahead and
Big guns.
mark your firewall area.
Yep, give me just a second. Okay, I'm going to do it 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Yep, all the way up.
Okay. I guess since I don't really have a marker for firewall, you can just draw a line.
Can you not see my line?
Oh yeah, I see it now.
Okay.
So which I assume the left side is the dangerous side?
Yes.
Alright. So that is an action as you chant summoning fire energy into the area. It lights
and
up.
I will risk an Alpi. I don't know if he's going to try and attack me through the wall, but I'm going to 5. 10. Does he try?
If the wall is opaque.
Oh.
So
You're right.
I think he would not be able to see you from his current position, so I think you're
All
okay.
right. So 10, 20, 25. Let's see. Does she have 30? Yes, she has 30. So she'll move up here, and then she's going to become a giant constrictor snake. That's her bonus action.
So you you would be taking up the spot with this guy that would knock you prone, I believe, if you do that.
Well, can't I?
Oh, I guess you
exist-
could go up.
Oh,
Yeah, I see what
just
you could do.
happened?
You could go up.
I'm sorry, I was dragging and I dropped it totally wrong. But yeah, I mean, I would transform in a way to like grow this way. Yeah,
Oh, where did you
I
drop
can't
the snake?
move that in another room full of. Okay, I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see that. Let me get rid of it. Sorry.
All right.
Oh, you got it. There you go. All right.
I'll get it for you. That's fine.
Thank you. Oh,
So
okay.
let's see.
I saw it over here in the room and then it disappeared again.
So that was okay.
There we go.
All right. Anything else?
That's my turn.
All right, Gamork. What are you gonna do? A giant wall of fire has appeared on the left side of you.
We do the damage for that
presumably
firewall.
can't see them since they can't see me.
The firewall is on their turn, right?
I believe that's correct. The
Oh.
saves, yeah.
It says when the wall appears.
Oh, wait a second.
Well, if they're
Each
in the
creature within its. If I actually sliced through them with the wall, which maybe I should have done that.
if
but
the wall
sorry.
actually crosses them, they take it.
Oh, I see.
Maybe I should have done that, but this is my first time using.
Oh,
spell,
I see.
Sorry.
It's 1 foot.
Yeah.
Sorry, no, it's 1 foot thick. Never mind. It's off to one side of them. Then. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you can make it appear in them. That is an option, but.
But then they could have moved our way without
Yeah,
Yes.
they
taking
would have
the
been able to see
damage,
through
yeah.
it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Sorry, I am also just reading the spell now.
Yeah, no worries. Oh, actually, sorry. New turn. Alessandra says, this might not end well. I don't think it is yet time for you all to enter the chaos. And with that, she sort of chants, and suddenly a new person appears in here. Terrace, why don't you describe yourself to them?
Okay. Well, I look. Obviously you can see my face on my little token there. I look very determined. I am pretty decently tall for a human, and I am. I guess I'm my character is ready to do some adventuring. He's definitely out on a mission.
What sort of weapons and armor would you have?
All right, on my left side, my left arm, I've got this big shield, and in my right hand, I have a long sword.
All right. You have holy symbols on you, don't you?
I believe so. Yeah. Yes, I do.
Do you know, or I should say, one of you has religion, right?
Yep, it's me.
So what holy
do
symbol do you have? And anyone with religion would probably recognize them.
It is a white gauntlet symbol. And I believe it's the right hand specifically, like a right-handed white gauntlet.
Oh, I meant like what deity is it to?
I believe his name is Horn.
Okay.
Horn or Torn?
Cord. Or
Hold
torn,
on, let me-
right?
Yeah, Torn.
All right.
That's
So
it.
yeah, you would all see this person appear, looking around, almost a little bit like they have no idea what's going on, and maybe a little bit frazzled, possibly from experiencing similar things to what the group was experiencing. So I guess in the heat of the moment, we don't have to do descriptions for everyone. We can do that at the end. So go ahead and highlight your character and roll initiative. So make sure your token's highlighted, then click the initiative button on your sheet. Alright. Yeah, looks like that worked. So the first attack this round is, yes, Gamork again. So you would see the flame wall to the left of you, and the Alhoun is up here, the one that blasted your party. What do you want to do?
Okay.
Oh no, it's
So-
sorry, it's currently Gamork's turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess
Go ahead.
so. I cannot see through this wall. That was my question before, and I didn't really. I didn't understand the answer.
Sorry, one sec.
Yeah,
no,
the only enemy. Sorry, go ahead.
no, you can't currently see through the wall. It's completely. You said opaque, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's completely opaque, so you can't see through it.
The only enemy we can all see is the Alhoun.
Yeah.
I am going to move here so I can get a kind of. Is this a clear shot to get to him and not have to move around people?
So this new person who's kind of looking around confused is in the way, giving him some cover. So you would have light cover and a +2 AC right now.
There. Would that still give him cover?
No, you'd have a clear shot from there.
Alright. I'll just do a longbow shot from there.
Alright, you fire at the Alhoun.
Is it? Okay, my longbow disappeared. Never mind it. Oh, come on. Just... on. Alright, for some stupid reason, it's just selecting text and not letting me,
You're clicking on your inventory, not on your actual actions.
So if you highlight your token, there should be a list of macros at the top of the screen. You can just press the longbow one. That should work. Yep, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, so 22. 22 would be enough. So he is struck by the first shot as your longbow arrow would hit him. Go ahead and click the damage.
I am not liking how uncertain you sounded about that 22.
No, I'm
kidding.
It's actually, I've been having these weird bugs since they did the update where, like, the creature's ACs disappear. And I was like, wait, what's his AC? Because it's not marked anymore, so I had to go look it up manually. But it is 15, so yeah, that would hit. I might have to go re-download the Alhoun. I've noticed it's happening for a few of the monsters in the compendium. Alright, so he's struck for 9 as he kind of looks angrily towards Gamork. I think you have 2 more shots, right?
I do. And, alright, here we go.
Oh, crit. Alright, so yeah, go ahead, give me a damage roll. 11. So he takes another solid shot as your arrow sticks in his arm and he seems very upset at you. Do you have a third shot? 15.
Yeah.
So this time, no, he'll take it. That's fine. He takes another 15, or give me a damage roll, 12. He takes another 12, and yeah, is looking a little bit beat up, but still not wounded. Anything else?
No, I'm good.
All right, so Gamork gets ready to fire some more, but Sim, you're up, and I think you're still stunned, right?
Still stunned.
So
Man.
at the end of your turn, I need a int save.
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide how much inspiration I want to burn trying to make this save. But I think I'm willing to spend one more. Saving it up too much. So, here we go.
It's kind of an important one.
I don't still have Bless Up, though. Sorry, I forgot to unclick that.
No worries. Unfortunately, 10 is not enough, and you remain stunned.
It sure isn't. Okay.
Alright, the Alhoun goes. Wow, it should have shielded then. I didn't realize its turn was coming up. Alright, it's going to start chanting, seemingly to cast some sort of spell. So it would complete its spell firing a beam of energy at Gamork. Gamork, I need an int save. Or sorry, no. I need a deck save. Oh, good roll.
Good.
Ooh, nice.
So I believe you made it. So you kind of jump to the side as this beam of energy shoots at you.
Can I taunt him?
Yeah, you don't. You don't take any damage, and he is going to. I think that's all he can do, actually. All right, yeah, that's all he can do. So that's it for the Alhoun. Reed, are you stunned?
I am still stunned.
Oh, that's the charm symbol you have on yourself.
Oh.
The stunned is the fist, like the monk fist, like Sim has on him. Okay, give me an int save.
I'll use a second inspiration.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow.
All right, so unfortunately you remain stunned. The hungry goes. Now, is it the end of his turn he takes the save or the beginning?
I believe it's the beginning. Let me scroll back up
No.
here.
Spell says
It's
end.
the end.
Oh,
Alright.
okay.
So it is going to step through the wall, burning itself. Give me a damage roll, because it automatically takes that.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, it's this one. Alright, so it is burned for...
What does a deck save, I believe?
No, that's only if it's
Oh,
if
perfect.
it's next to it. If it walks through it, I believe it automatically takes the damage.
I'm fine with this.
Yeah, I mean, you could link the spell if we want to double check, but I seem to remember that.
Yeah.
That's a lot of damage.
Alright,
The high
so...
level-
Well,
Leave.
they might be resistant. I don't know. We'll see. On a failed. Okay. When the wall appears,
Creature takes
Deals
the
by
same
fire damage
when
to
it
each.
enters.
Right, yeah, the saving throw is just if you cast the wall on top of them.
It's the same damage when it enters spells. Okay.
Yeah, so if they move,
Nice.
if they move through it, they automatically take it. So he would take the full damage as he is not
Nice.
resistant to magic fire. Takes
And I wish they weren't
32,
stunned. That's so much fun shoving them back through the wall.
and it's gonna go for Anna Kate. So it lunges
Bring
at
it.
you, doing a multi-attack, starting with its claw. Ooh, natural 1, it stumbles and you go hop and kind of sidestep as it flails wildly, but then it snaps at you with a big bite. 26 versus AC.
I'm afraid that hits.
Alright, so you are bit for 9 psychic and 10 necrotic as this creature does damage to you, but not in the way you seemingly think, as it doesn't actually mark the part of your body it bit, which is kind of weird. That's it for that creature. This one is going to step through. Go ahead and give me another damage roll. Alright, so it takes 19. It's gonna see this new person Terrace and lunge at you.
Ooh.
So Terrace, it does a multi-attack using its claw first. 26 versus AC.
Yeah, that hits.
Alright, so you attempt to... Now, do you have a shield?
I do.
So usually if you have a shield, you want to mark yourself with this icon. And if you have a melee weapon, which I assume you have a sword or something, right?
Yeah, a sword.
So you'd want to have this one-handed icon on you. So it lunges at you. You attempt to get your shield up, but are not quick enough and are bit, you're clawed, taking 19 points of psychic damage.
Alright.
It then attempts to bite at you. Rolling exactly... Well, so to minus damage, if you click on your token, then click on the green bubble, you can hit minus 19, and it'll automatically do the math for you.
Oh, okay, cool.
or you can manually do it. But 19, I assume, would hit you, right? You don't have anything to stop that.
19 is my armor class.
Okay, so yeah, that would strike you. So you would take another 7 psychic and 5 necrotic, so that would be 12 points of damage.
Okay.
You do the minus 12 on the green circle. The red one is for
Oh.
your temp HP.
Gotcha.
It's a tutorial. So you like highlight the yeah.
There we go.
Alright. That's it for the creature. And Snarl.
And Snarl is going to try and chew on the Alhoon.
Alright. She attacks the Alhoon, but the creature would sidestep, dodging.
That's all I got.
Alright. Anna Kate.
I'll ask Shadow Strider which one is real.
Shadow Strider says none of this is real.
You said
This is
okay.
all. He says none of this is real. The chaos is taking hold of all of you.
All right. I'll attack the hungry.
Alright, you lunge at the hungry with your sword. You would score a crit.
I would.
Yes,
Why
for
do I
some
have
reason
advantage?
you have advantage with the
Love
Shadow
it.
Strider.
I'm not going to argue too much.
Alright, so you cut into this creature doing
Man, why'd you switch to using your sword
20,
two-handed?
30, 60 points of damage.
60.
Yes, it seems to be vulnerable to your sword.
Wow.
That's awesome.
I see. Well, but it's not. It doesn't look wounded.
Not yet, no.
Let's see. Problem is, I want the AC bonus.
Yeah.
It's not
Uh,
a bad idea to have it.
So I will make the
Get
unarmed attack.
Alright, so you punch. 26 would be enough to land a solid hit for 11 points of damage.
Let me try to stun him.
That... Okay,
Oh, go ahead.
so stunning strike. It's a con save.
Mm-hmm.
21, so it would make it. And
Oh
be
yeah,
unaffected.
easily. All right. Well, I'm gonna action surge.
Alright, so you get another attack.
Yep. Yeah, and I'll just go with Shadow Strider this time.
17 would strike, just barely.
Nice.
You stab it again. For 18 points of damage, and it is wounded. As
All right.
you see black bile oozing from the wound you created.
Ew.
Second attack, 28 would strike again. For another 28.
That's a lot of damage.
All right. I'll flurry of blows.
Hop, hop. So you take 2 more punches going full monk. 6 attacks.
Right.
21 would strike for another 7, 10, 12 points of damage.
It's not
And
the-
last one, another crit.
Nice.
Whap. Alright, you give it another solid punch for 16, 18, 19 points of damage. And it's looking pretty beat up at this point.
Oh man, I can't believe I couldn't kill it. Okay. That's my turn then.
I think you did close to like 150 points of damage.
I
That was
know.
amazing.
How many? How much does this guy have?
A lot.
Jeez.
Alright, Terrace, bottom of the round. So you're looking around kind of confused as to where you are now. And you see this kind of foresty area with this strange tank of liquid, and one of the people around you is both inside the tank and outside the tank, which is very odd.
Which one is that?
That would be Reed right here, who is currently stunned.
Stuff. Okay.
And you also see these vile creatures seemingly attacking these folks.
Yeah, one just attacked me, and I'm definitely going to retaliate.
Okay.
So I do have a question for smiting. I have 2 attacks. Do I have to choose to smite right after each attack? Or can I make them both choose
So
to smite
you
them?
have to choose to smite before you roll damage.
Okay.
After you hit, though, yeah.
So I can roll both attacks, see if they hit, and then.
Well, you roll each attack. You roll the attack, then you decide if you're going to smite with that attack.
Oh, gotcha. All right, so I'm going to attack. Let me see if I can ping. Sure. I'm going to attack with my longsword, the hungry on the left.
All right, so if you click and hold the button, you can ping the screen. But 11 would not be enough as the creature sort of throws its arm out and parries the sword, knocking it away.
Ooh. All right. I'll make my extra attack to try and go again at him. Swipe again at him.
You swing a second time. Oof. Well, unfortunately, he is too quick and once again knocks your attack away.
All right.
Also, you are whispering, so let me fix that for you. But anything else?
Yeah. Okay. So for my bonus action, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith.
Alright, so
On
you... oh, it looks like it's marked. So you have to give yourself your spell slots. Make sure in your spells... you should see, like, there's a certain number you have per day on the left, and on the right is the number you currently have. I think they all start at 0, so you have to put in the number of spells you have, if that makes
gotcha.
sense.
So,
like, 4 first level, 3 second level.
Yeah.
Did you cast the shield on yourself?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So yeah, now you'd have 3 first level because you cast a shield. Usually it would minus it for you there, but since you didn't have any, it just didn't do anything.
Yeah. All right.
All right, so you
That's all I can do.
expended a spell slot, so you're down to 3 spells now. Mark yourself as concentrating, which is
It's the symbol that's on the
symbol.
snake.
Yeah, that means you're concentrating on your spell because shield is a concentration spell.
Okay, I can see all the different symbols now.
All right, so that's it for Terrace. Gamork, what are you gonna do? You there,
no.
Gamork? Do we lose Gamork?
Probably.
All right.
I'll check on him. You can skip him for now.
All right. We'll skip him for now. Sim, what are you gonna do? I assume try to save.
Yeah, I'll burn 1 more inspiration.
Okay.
I'm feeling spendy, and I really want to get up and out here. Hey,
Oh, there you go.
There
All
we
right.
go.
So at the end of your turn, you finally shake yourself free of this effect. The Alhoon goes. What is he gonna do? Oh. All right. So the Alhoon is going to once again cast a spell. It's going to cast a spell which lets it step into the mist and appear over here.
Whoa.
And then it is going to use its action to point its finger south once again and cast another Mind Blast. Which, let me check the range on this.
Paladin has good charisma.
60 feet. I think it's going to hit everyone.
Isn't it gonna hit the hungries as well?
It is. So I need int saves again from everyone, including the hungries this time.
What's the special paladin aura bonus? Or are you not high enough level for that? I don't actually know if you're all paladins.
Here, let me
I believe he does have an aura that gives int or save bonuses, right?
I believe so. Here, let me check. It's
Woo! My favorite thing about paladins.
Aura of Protection.
Sounds right.
Here, I'll put this in chat.
What's your charisma modifier?
It is 3.
Oh,
All right, so
I'm gonna use inspiration on this save.
okay.
Just
So
barely.
+3, yep, that would make it.
yeah, Anacate's within 10 feet of the paladin, I think.
The
So.
DC is 16, so as long as you got a 16 or over, you're okay.
Yep.
If you failed it, you would take 4d8 again, which is 7, 10, 12, 17 points of damage, or if you made it, you take half that. So 8, yeah, 17 or 8. And unfortunately, you would be stunned again if you failed it.
Well,
That
that
is
inspiration was worth it.
oh, poor Sim.
Oh,
That is it for the Alhoon Reed. What are you gonna do?
Still stunned. There we go. Another try. 15.
You're within
plus
10
three.
feet.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you made it.
Okay. So I'm not stunned.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to roll for the hungry. Alright, so one of them made it, the other one failed it. So Anakate, the one you are beating on, is stunned. Didn't fail against the physical one, but it failed against the mental one.
Didn't just die from that damage. Alright.
Nope. But
Jeez,
it
these
is,
things are... Alright, they're the hungry, not the lost. I remember these things being really sturdy.
Yep. So that is it for the Alhoon and Reed. The hungry goes, he is stunned, so he's going to make another saving throw at the end of his turn. Oh, he would make it. Wow. Surprising. So he is no longer stunned. The other hungry did not appreciate being attacked, so it's going to go for Terrace again. So it makes a claw attack. 14, I believe, would miss as you raise your shield,
Yes.
blocking. It lunges at you with a bite. I believe 26 would get you, though.
Yes, it does.
Pretty good roll. For 11 psychic and 14 necrotic. So 25 damage total. That's it for the hungry. Beryl, did you get stunned, Beryl?
I did not.
Right.
She
So
she had like a 21 or something.
did you take the half damage?
Oh, sorry, no.
I think it was 7
Was that half damage?
or 8.
Eight.
Sorry,
Okay, yeah.
8. Yeah. So you took 8 psychic, but yeah, you are not stunned. What are you gonna do?
8. Okay. She's gonna try and chew on the Alhoon again.
All right. So you try to. Looks like you need to make a con save as well for
I
the 8
did.
damage.
It's there.
Oh, you
Alright,
did?
Warcaster with advantage, yep.
Ah, right.
Yeah, and
advantage.
she's woke. Yep.
All right.
So I'm sure she missed.
Unfortunately, yeah, with a 12, that would not be enough, and the Alhoon dodges backwards as you try to ensnare it.
Okay. So we lost Steve. He fell asleep and he's exhausted, so I'm not gonna wake him up. Can I
fine.
just like QQ with his character real quick, or will you pew pew?
Yeah, sure. Take a pew pew with his character.
Okay.
Who's he pew pewing at?
Probably the let's go for he'll move up.
Oh, I might have to give you
Here.
control of his character.
I've got his computer.
Oh, you do? Okay.
So,
Juggling
so, yeah.
laptops.
Yep, pretty much.
Right. Fair
You know,
enough.
if I can get his sheet to open. Yeah, okay. I'll keep it simple. We'll just pew pew.
Which one are you pew pewing at?
The one that's beneath barrel. The one that's not stunned.
Okay.
Does he
So
have 2 or 3?
this one,
He has 3.
he would have 3. So the first shot would strike, but 14 and 15 would miss. So the creature dodges the second 2.
All right, there we go.
It takes
That's
11.
his turn.
All right, Anakate.
All right. I'm going to try to finish off this guy.
All right. Oh yeah, 29 would definitely hit him. Slashing.
No, this is
this is
unarmed
the
strike.
punch. Okay.
Yeah.
So 15 points of damage.
I didn't do it.
Nope.
Damn it.
Wow.
Why aren't you
Hold
dead yet?
on.
Slashing this is Shadow Stargate. Slashing a second time, that would hit for 40 points, which would definitely bring it down.
Thank goodness.
You notice as you kill it, it turns into a black mist and is sucked into Shadow Strider.
Whoa.
What?
That's new.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Is there something you want to tell me about Shadow Strider?
It would say, Void energy. I hunger for more.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
So,
rather
Is it
dark.
is it shadowy up here?
No, I don't. I guess it is. Yeah, like up here where
Well,
it's kind
actually,
of gray. Yeah.
The wall of fire though is giving off light.
Yeah. So no, it wouldn't be.
So never mind. All right. I'll move forward
Right. 5.
10, 15, 20,
Yeah.
and I will use
Gamork
my
yells, "Shove him
bonus.
through the flames!" For no
Can I
particular
do that
reason.
with my? Can I do that with my bonus action attack?
Not with your bonus action, I don't think.
Right.
Because you have to use one of your main attacks to do it.
No,
You know,
okay.
the Wall of Fire spell doesn't actually say anything about shedding light. I mean, I assume fire would,
It's
but
got to. Come on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. I was just trying to find if it was like dim or if it said how far, and it just doesn't mention it at all.
I mean, yeah, I would say like a huge wall of fire would probably light up the area. Just,
Yeah, it's
Just-
like
just,
20 feet
uh,
It's
tall.
probably very spooky, flickery light, you know, where it's
Maybe.
kind of like moving.
I mean, it's magic. Who knows? But I'm gonna say it does shed light.
So 29, I assume hits.
It's like 1,000 torches. Yeah, 29 would punch or would strike. Whap.
And I'm going to try to stun this one. Y'all have
Alright.
better luck.
So it takes 15 and has to make a con save. It rolls a 9, so it is stunned.
All right.
Nice.
Get it.
Thank you. He was harassing.
And I will step back and say, have at him.
Alright,
Oh, I get
anything
advantage
else?
now.
And I'm turning to look at the Alhoun. Like, you're next. That's my turn.
Alright, Terrace, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna slash him.
Alright, so you go at the Alhoun with advantage. 26 would strike with the first attack.
Cool. Alright, and so now would be the time I decide to smite, right?
Yes, if you want to smite, you have to decide now.
Okay, so I do have a question, just like kind of a roll 20 question. How do I smite at higher spell slot levels from roll 20? Because it's just giving me the 2d option.
I think you have to build a macro.
Yeah, you can build a macro, but for now you can just minus the spell slot you want to use manually.
Okay,
The
and
other
just add
smite,
the extra d8.
the other smites will actually prompt you what level you want to cast it at, but for some reason Divine Smite doesn't work right.
Yeah, you can make a
Okay.
macro that does it, but yeah, just what level do you want to smite at?
Here, we'll go for we'll just do a level 2, and I also have improved smite, which is an additional d8 just for landing the attack.
Could you link improve smite?
Yeah, here we go.
What type of monsters does smite affect? Or again?
The extra.
Fiends and undead, I believe.
Yeah.
If the improved Divine Smite, you should be adding to every weapon attack, whether you
Yeah,
smite or not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the hungry is a monstrosity, so I don't think it's affected by your extra. I don't think it gets an extra damage, but you would deal 7, then you have to roll. What is it? What did you say? Level 2? So that would be 3d8s. So
Yes.
another 3d8s, please. And I
Alright,
need the actual damage for the sword too.
how do I do the actual roll the damage?
You click on longsword +1 in the chat.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Alright, so 12 plus 7, 19, and now I need another 3d8.
Okay. So I guess do you want me to just press Divine Smite once and then roll another d8?
Yeah, however you want to do it, that's fine.
Okay. We'll do
So 7, and then one more d8.
/R.
Wow.
That's really good.
Alright, so 19, 26, 33 damage as the radiant energy explodes on this thing.
That's awesome. Okay, I do want to try this. It's,
So make sure you minus a second level spell, because I still see you as having 3 of 3.
Alright, there we go. I took that down. Alright, I have a cool Channel Divinity spell. Or, my character sheet is
gotcha,
going like
okay.
crazy.
Alright, so what are you going to do for your second attack?
I'll slash him again.
Alright, you lunge a second time, cutting at him.
There we go.
13, unfortunately, is not enough, and even with the stun, you would only cut him, but not enough to do any damage. His skin just takes the hit.
Gotcha. Okay. So as my bonus action, I'm going. Oh, I think I actually missed my opportunity to do that because this is immediately after you do the damage of the divine spell. So I'll do that next time.
Alright, anything else for you?
I suppose. Well, yeah. I think that'll be all actually.
Alright, top of the round, Gamork gets to go. So go ahead and take some shots.
Yeah, he'll pew pew.
Oh, did he make his stun save?
He did. With the protection aura. He wouldn't have without the protection aura, but he made it exactly with the protection aura.
So he did
16,
take
right?
the 7 damage, but
Oh, I did not do the damage. I apologize. Let me remove that.
I did it, it's fine.
Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you.
Alright, so you take some shots at which one?
The one that's here on this side of barrel, which I think there's a little bit of cover.
Yes, so those 3 would all hit, and the third would be a crit, so go ahead and give me damage rolls. 8, 16, plus 29, 33. He is wounded as you bury 3 arrows in him.
Okay, that's good marks.
Nice.
That's it for you.
Those are good rolls.
Lysandra, are you charmed again, Reed? marked with the charm marking again.
I don't think it ever got taken away.
Oh.
I'm not. Is Sim?
Bloodied.
Well, yeah, so that mark that you put is not bloody. That's charmed.
Oh, dang it. Did I put the wrong mark on?
No, yours is
no,
fine.
Reed put the
Oh.
wrong mark. You want the half heart. That's the bloodied one.
Oh.
Yeah, that's correct. The one you have is for charmed, which, yeah, you're not currently charmed. So Gamork is done. Sim, what are you going to do?
Oh, I don't have any more inspiration that I'm willing to spend, so I'm just going to roll another int save.
Alright, luckily the creature seems to
Oh,
be occupied by this new person who's kind of taking these hits for you. The Alhoon goes. I'm going to roll a d6 for no particular reason.
On 5.
Alright, so it didn't like the way Anna Kate was saying mean things. And it's going to... It also is kind of worried about how Anna Kate is cutting through everything. It begins chanting, summoning another spell. Anna Kate, I need a wisdom save as you are affected by Dominate Monster.
I am good at wisdom saves.
wait.
I-
Is she a monster?
Yeah, Dominate Monster works on everything.
Yeah,
Hey, creature,
Does it?
yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
Oh,
It
no.
does, yeah.
yeah.
Oh my goodness, I didn't know
Right.
that.
But I'm inside the aura, so I'll get
Yeah.
a +3.
You are.
Yeah, you should be pretty solid here.
I'll
say,
still
damning us
I'll still
forever.
spend I'll still spend an inspiration point just to be 17.
17 would be enough. So you feel the creature trying to take hold of your mind, but you resist. It's then going to back away a bit and end its turn. Reed, what are you going to do?
I finally get to do stuff.
Like, ugh. My head, you're like bleeding out your nose and ears. Ugh.
I'm gonna drop concentration on the wall.
All right. The wall is gone. Reed, what are you gonna do? You can take the timer off you too.
Yeah.
If you click on the garbage can in the chat, it'll remove the timer marking. If you want to do it the easier way, yeah.
I'm gonna cast Intellect Fortress at level 5,
All right.
and
So
that gives.
as you do that, this creature yells an arcane word, attempting to counterspell you.
Oh,
All right, I'm counterspelled.
Well, he has to roll a check because he used a 3rd level for that. So he has to
Okay.
make a caster check, which is an int save plus his spell casting modifier. So give me a moment.
It's not
to
an
roll
int
that.
save. if
Sorry,
it
not
matters.
an in check, yeah. In check
Yeah,
with his
okay.
spell casting modifier, which would be +4. Oh, he fails, so your spell goes off.
Awesome.
nice.
So myself, Sim, and Anna Kate all. I think that's. Yeah, when you cast a spell using a spell of fourth, you can target one additional creature. So, myself, Sim, and Anna Kate will all be intellectually fortified.
Which gives you, what is that, advantage
Advantage
on...
and resistant to psychic damage.
Yep.
I
Probably
like
a good call.
Trey's choice of the rook, the tower as the symbol for that.
Oh, yeah, I like that. I'll copy you, shamelessly.
Yeah.
So go ahead and mark yourself as concentrating.
Yep.
That is it for you. The
God,
hungry
I have so many little
goes.
icons on my token.
That guy's dead.
Yeah.
He's stunned.
This thing goes. Who did you do this on?
He's stunned.
Oh yeah, I know. But who did you do your spell on, Reed?
Myself, Sim, and Anna Kate.
Okay, so those 3 got it. So yeah, this one is stunned for his turn. Beryl, what are you gonna do?
I still want to chew on the Alhoon.
Okay.
Do it.
If I miss again, I'm gonna be so sad.
Right, he did use his no, he would dodge again. He did already use his reaction too, so he can't even shield. But unfortunately, 14 is not enough.
Oh man! All right, that's
once
all
again,
I got.
he would dodge it. Anna Kate.
Yeah, I'm gonna rush up here. 5, 10, 15. Just gratuitously dance through the coils of ensnare 'em.
Beryl would totally like let you, so she's like moving with you.
I was kind of hoping you would still be in between, so I'd have at least have a reason to do that. But just
I was
Just
trying
for
to
the heck
not
of it.
block.
Just for funsies is a great reason.
yeah. And I'm attacking. Oh,
Ooh. Well, 18 would actually strike.
Ooh, it
Oh, okay.
still applies. Void energy still in play. Okay.
And the creature would take 40 points of damage. It is
Jeez.
looking
Oh.
wounded.
Wow.
looking wounded.
Yep.
All right, I will. I won't worry about the AC this time. Here comes the second attack with Shadow Strider,
All right. Well.
and this time I'm going to remember to make it a. Well, actually, maybe I won't if he was already wounded. Here we go.
So 14, 17, 18. So you do 36, and he is very wounded.
Nice.
Okay.
Anything else?
Yeah, I'll flurry of blows.
Pop, pop, pop. All right. You take 2 more attacks. 12, unfortunately,
No,
would
that
not be
misses.
enough. But 24 would land a solid hit for 14. Actually, hang on. He might have necrotic resist. Yes, he does. So you do 12 points of damage, which actually is just enough to drop him.
Oh well, maybe not because there was necrotic damage from all the Shadow Strider hits too.
No, he wouldn't resist those.
Oh, okay.
So when you slash him, once again, Shadow Strider would draw the energy, turning him into an energy and pulling him in.
I will.
I'm not gonna tell this any
I will
later,
worry
right?
about that later.
Yeah, seems like a later problem.
All right.
That's my turn.
Terrace.
All right. I am going to slash at the hungry again.
All right. You lunge at him with a slash, but 12 would not be enough. He's no longer stunned, right?
Does he have to make a
Anikate?
save?
No, at the end of my turn, he's unstunned.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So he's back. But 12 would not be enough. Second attack. No, unfortunately, he would roar angrily as he becomes unstunned and slap both your attacks away.
Of course he would.
Anything else for you?
Trying to see if there's anything I can do to help you guys out. I'm not really sure there's anything I can do, unfortunately.
All right, Gamork.
I'll just pew pew. Keep it simple.
Pew pew. All right, so he takes 3 shots. All 3 of them would hit.
Yeah, I'm assuming. Sorry, I should have said, but I'll move him like so that he has a better shot. So, all right. 1, 2, 3.
27. All right, so it takes 27 damage and looks very upset at Gamork.
Oh.
Anything else?
No, I don't want to take up a bunch of time on his turn. Just go ahead.
All right, Sim. Are you still stunned?
Unless it dissipated when the Alhoon died, yeah. I'm still stunned.
No, that's not a concentration. That's just
Yeah,
1
figured
minute.
not.
Oh,
Alright, well, let's see.
So that would shake it
With the Paladin
Yay!
aura, yep, that's just enough.
So Sim finally shakes off his stun. Reed.
Not finally, again. This is my second time.
Fair enough.
that's a frustrating way to spend a battle, though.
Yeah.
That's
Move
fine.
up here and take 3 Eldritch Blasts.
Ooh.
Alright, so you chant, releasing a barrage of shots. 26. Do you currently have any exhaustion?
No, haven't gone down yet.
Okay.
Only some, I think.
26
it's
and
me.
21 would both strike it.
Another
Beautiful.
For a total of 29 points.
29.
And now you've gotten its attention.
Well, then I will retreat back down here.
This paladin looks like a good one to stand behind.
Alright, so the hungry goes. It's going to move this way, giving Sim an oppie as it does, if you want to take it.
Ooh.
What am I gonna do? Punch it? I guess that's all I got.
If you want. Or you
I'm
don't
not gonna
have to.
spend- No, I'm not gonna spend my reaction on anything else. Might as well see if I can amusingly do 1 damage to it.
That's hilarious.
Alright, go ahead, give me a punch.
We need to put a dagger on Sim's belt so that he can
0 damage.
Do you have a -1 to strength?
Oh, I sure do. I'd forgotten about
Yeah,
that.
so you probably don't even want to punch then. That's kind of...
No, I really didn't. No,
even
it
if
was-
you did
it's
hit,
totally-
you're like, eh.
I'd just forgotten.
So
I
it's
don't
gonna,
carry a weapon as a matter of principle, thank you very much.
it's gonna continue down, coming at Reed. Doing a multi-attack, it's going to attempt a claw attack. But it would miss.
Nice.
Rolls very poorly.
bite's the
And
scary
then,
one, though.
Yeah. It missed the bite too. Wow, it rolled a 3 and a 3. Alright, great. Barrel, what are you gonna do?
The snake is going to sag dejectedly because it really wanted to chew on that out. And then I'm going to drop the snake form.
Okay. I'll give you back your token, 1 sec.
Thank you. And then for my action, I am going to come down here. And I think that Lesser Restoration will... Does that help with a stun? Or no? No, it doesn't, does it? Blind, deafened, paralyzed, poisoned, or diseased. Okay, poop. All right, then I'm going to use a mass healing word with my staff of healing. She takes it off, those staff off her back and does her little chanty thing and cast.
Okay. So you do a mass cure, expending the, what is it, 4 or 5 to do that?
Yeah, it's 5. Let me. Where's the macro? Sorry, I'll get this one in a little while. Here it is.
Alright. How many charges do you have left on that now?
That was I need to roll because that I only had 5, so.
Snap. Oh,
so
this could be a big deal.
D20 then.
She's actually done this quite a few times, but one of these days
man.
she will not be lucky. Let me find it. Is it just a straight D20? Is that where
Yep.
that works?
Yeah.
5% chance.
Oh, did it not roll the heals?
I didn't see a heal yet, no.
Yeah, it didn't cast. Yeah.
Let me try it again. It still didn't roll? Oh, here it is. Okay, I see it. It had popped open another window in it. Oh,
Alright.
that's kind of a sad. That's a
So
sad
you
cast. But
All
anyway.
gain 11 hit points, and then I just need a D20 roll. Alright, so the staff is currently okay. So yeah, you all gain 11 hit points. Those of you, which I think is everyone's in range. And the staff is empty for the day. Anna Kate, what do you want to do?
All right. I'm going to start
Oh, wait,
walking
sorry.
back south.
Beryl, do you, you're done, right?
I am.
Okay, yeah, Anna Kate, go ahead.
All right. I'm going to start
Her
walking
bonus
back down.
action was dropping the wild shape. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to start walking back down south, but I'm going to point Shadow Strider at Alessandra and think, what about that one?
She is connected to the child. She is the watcher. The child herself not understanding the power she wields.
Curiouser and curiouser.
All right. I'll attack the hungry.
Okay, so you go for the hungry who's currently trying to nom onto Reed. No, 15 would not be enough, and he turns around smacking.
17?
Oh yeah, with flank.
17 with the flank?
17 would be enough. Then you do hit.
Yay.
For 7, 9, 18 points of damage on the first attack.
Yeah.
And 29 would definitely strike, or 31 with flank. For another 34, which would drop it. Once again, sucking the darkness into your sword.
Okay.
On. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, the group is safe for now.
Way to show us how it's done.
On one hand, like, oh my god, we were stunned so much, but on the other hand, Anna Kate was like super powered.
That is awesome.
So you would see this tank and the stone kind of fade away. What do you want to do?
I'd say to Shadowstar, we're going to have to talk about this later.
Who is this?
Alessandra, or go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So Alessandra would sort of look to Reed and say, I still don't understand, Reed. What did those mind flayers do to you?
I guess we'll find out. I'll find out. And I'll walk up to her and I'll kind of like stare at her and could I cast my true seeing for the day and actually see if it is her or it is some being that's taken the
Alright, so as you begin to cast True Seeing, she would use her reaction and quickly chant casting something else, and everything just stops as if frozen in time. And she says that answer is not yet to be revealed. And she would poof away along with this grouping of trees and grass.
Huh. Maybe she was actually here, kind of. Who knows?
Oh.
And you find yourself standing back in that lab that you were familiar with. You see that inside the lab... let's see. Cordis is laying on the floor. Apparently he's huge. And he is dead.
Aww.
Who's that?
kind of our guide.
Try to be of help to us.
It looks as if... does anyone have medicine?
Yep.
Yes.
So, if you take a quick look at him, you would guess that he's been dead for quite some time.
Like a dead again? Because, I mean, he was a Bodak.
As in, like... well, as in, like, maybe several days.
Okay. Have we talked to him within the last several days?
We sure thought we did.
Yeah, we thought we did.
So the time stop spell wears off and you can all move again.
It is not clear. Either some form of Reed's patron brought him here, or the entity who has been puppeting us all along wishes us to think some such.
Oh, man who appeared in fight. Only thing not disappear after fight.
Oh yeah, you do see that Terrace is still standing there, looking extremely confused. Beryl,
Yeah, I
what
have
would
no
you
idea.
what would you look
I
like
think
to
we're
Terrace?
all looking extremely confused.
I just saw somebody turn into a giant snake, and
Yes, so when the giant snake... Well, when you came in, there was just a giant snake there. And then, like, the snake poofed, and there's this tiny little... Okay, not tiny, but small, lizardish... she's a kobold.
a kobold.
but I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure if your character is familiar with the race, but this little lizard creature that's very small. She's only about 2.5 feet tall, maybe 30 pounds. She's all like green and yellow scales. She's holding a, well, actually, she's holding a staff right now. There's a spear on her back. and a little shield, and she's got like pointy little teeth and 2 sets of horns, and she does have kind of she has wings, but they look kind of, I don't know, kind of spindly and gnarly and shriveled.
All right. What about Reed? What would you look like to him?
Reed is a half elf, dressed in like fairly normal traveling clothes with some fancy studded leather armor. He has a rod and a scimitar on his hip, but other than that, he doesn't have a lot of armaments. And along with like a backpack strapped to the back of the backpack is a extremely large book, like a tome, and then just various kind of sylvan kind of woodland kind of garb to him. So a lot of greens and browns.
All right. What about Anakate?
Anakate is a medium height human woman. She actually seems to be relatively young, like late teens. She's dressed in very simple, plain clothes. No armor, no shield. She has a couple of bows actually strapped to her back and a katana at her side, but she is holding a strange looking sword, which apparently might now have like dark energy swirling around it.
Please.
Yeah, so
Sure.
it's now kind of wreathed in a strange looking pitch black energy that's swirling around in it. And what about Sim?
Sim is a half-elf of average build with the weathered skin of someone who has spent far too much time outside, wearing this heavy, really shiny armor that's shot through with blue veins, pretty clearly magical. He is carrying a shield, but no visible weapon, and on his free hand, he has wrapped 2 holy symbols, seemingly identical but made in different materials, showing a lantern with a stylized eye instead of a flame burning inside.
All right. So why don't we do a quick 5-minute break since we're past the half point, and we'll come back after that and continue.
Sounds
Yeah,
good to me.
I was anyone that's still here. I was talking to one of my kids immediately after the battle. What did I miss as far as like the illusion fading away?
So Reed's patron, she asked him again, like, what did, you didn't answer my question. What did those mind flayers do to you? And Reed approached her and tried to use his true seeing to look at her. And she said, it's not time yet to learn that. And she had disappeared, the grass disappeared, the trees disappeared, the tank disappeared. And we found that we were standing in the room that we had discovered previously. And we also found Cordis's body.
I did hear that part. Yeah.
I think that was most of it.
I missed that he had tried to cast True Seeing. I don't know that from my perspective that Anakate would have known.
That was crazy.
What he was doing.
Guys, I rolled so bad.
Oh, come on. Like, Farrell spent 3 turns trying to eat the apple.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you also. Oh, I saw that too.
If it wasn't for the firewall, she wouldn't have done anything in that battle.
That firewall is awesome. Honestly, I was considering just like taking my losses and using lay on hands on somebody. But I was like, nah, I'm a paladin. I got 2 attacks. I gotta use them,
Yeah. We have like scattered heals in this group, so it's nice to have another option. But none of us have like tons of heals, but we've got several with some little heals. So
lay on hands it takes the whole action, but I could, if I wanted to, do 55 healing with just 1 action, which is pretty good. But it's only to 1 person. It can't spread out, I don't think.
Gets real handy in fights. Is it poison? I think that it can. There's
yeah,
another thing you can do with
it can
healing hands
if
too.
I can
Yeah.
spend five points of the healing to cure a couple of things. It's one disease or neutralize one poison affecting.
Yeah. So I mean, there's not very many fights you'll use that, but if there's a fight where, like in this fight, we had a bunch of people stunned. If we'd had, like, obviously we didn't have much to get rid of that kind of stuff. But like, if you're ever in a fight where your party gets poisoned, it really comes in handy
Yeah.
to have
that
the
could be really
kind of free uses, basically. Well, I mean, their actions, but
Hey, I do have a question. I don't know if this is just a Roll20 thing or if I just didn't set up my character right, but I only have 10 speed. Is that correct for my character?
that cannot be
No.
correct. You're human, right?
Yeah.
You're probably 30, unless you have anything special that with your other choices and feats and what have you.
Well, the only
Yeah,
thing I'm
you're-
thinking it would be my chainmail, but I don't think it gives me a movement.
No, it gives
No.
you disadvantage on stealth, but it doesn't change your movement.
So I should just go ahead and change that to 30.
I would, yeah.
What's your strength?
3. The modifier.
Your strength?
My
Oh,
strength
yeah.
is 16. Sorry.
Our
The
paladin
strength is 16.
So no, you wouldn't be encumbered by the armor. I mean, you'd have to be carrying a lot to be encumbered. So it's got to just be a mistake.
Is it my weight? I'm carrying like 139 pounds of.
That's
But with the
nothing for
16
someone with
yeah.
Okay.
With a 16 strength, you can carry 240 pounds.
Okay, so I'm just gonna change that and I'll ask him later.
Yeah.
But I'm sure.
probably
Oh, I
some sort of
also-
fluke.
By the way, I didn't mention it to you guys, but I have a passive what is
Perception?
it called? No, it's a it's something to do with my auras. Aura of a clarity. So
Alacrity?
Yes, alacrity. So my walking speed and anybody within 10 feet of me is increased by, like, if they start their turn or they start their movement within, I think it's either 5 or 10 feet, they get plus 10 movement speed.
Yeah, that's a really nice one. The paladin auras are so much fun. I've actually only
yeah.
just recently started playing a paladin who is a redemption paladin, by the way. And,
Ooh, that's cool.
and yeah, like it's the auras and the not bonus actions, reactions, auras and reactions. I'm not used to having like that kind of stuff on any of my characters, and they're so much fun.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with the alacrity one.
Yeah, so here I can put it in chat.
I've heard of it before, but yeah.
Here, there you go.
Because it's normally a spell, right? But you've got something passive that.
Sorry, my break ran a little long.
Oh, Oath of Glory. Here I was thinking you were Redemption, but you must have some similarities to Redemption. Some of the other stuff you were using today, like the Aura of Protection.
That's
you
standard
mean,
paladin across all the subclasses.
Oh, is it? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Paladin I started playing is my first time playing a Paladin, so.
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
Supernatural speed. Increases by 10. Any ally who starts within 5 feet. Okay, but still, that's really cool.
I should.
As long as-
I should have hit Anna Kate with haste.
That
That would have been hilarious.
Oh my god.
would have
once
been
we learned.
silly.
That would have been awesome. Why didn't I think of that?
It's all good. You're
That's
learning a new
amazing.
character. It takes a while to get used to all your new tools
Yeah.
and toys.
Well, I'm also kind of scared to use that
Well,
because
we've also got a big fight coming up, so it's best
It's
to not
costly,
use all
yeah.
your tricks.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and we're not exactly sure if we're going to get a long rest before.
Oh man, I kind of want one, but
Yeah. I probably shouldn't have used that staff, but I didn't realize until, because of the charmed thing that was on Reed, I didn't realize that he was wounded, and then I saw that Sim was wounded, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should make sure we stay up here, so.
I wanted to ask him if he would let me join the fight on my steed because I have Find Steed.
We had a Saddle of the Cavalier in this group, but the player walked away with the character didn't leave it with the group when he left. He would have had no reason in character to do so. So dang.
It takes 10 minutes to cast, so I would have had to literally know I was about to be teleported mentally into a dream dimension. So.
Okay, let's just point out, like, of all the ways to join a campaign, not only did he drop you in the middle of a battle, he put you next to a fucking Alhoon.
My character must have been scared. That's why he's just like kind of slashing his
Well,
sword.
There's like all these new people and creatures, and
Yeah.
like a battle going on, and like you don't know who to trust.
Yeah. I just attacked the ugliest thing that was next to me.
Sorry, I'm back.
And those things are really ugly. Those things look awesome.
All right, so what does everyone want to do? What is the group gonna do?
Is everybody back?
Yeah, I think so.
Here's here.
Right.
I guess put a red dot on your character if you're all back.
I'm not sure if Reed. I'm not sure if I've heard from Reed, but otherwise, everyone else I think I've heard.
I'm here.
Oh, there we
There's
go.
those red dots. All right.
All
I'm
right, looks
still
like
trying
everyone's
to-
here.
yeah. Pull up the-
You could take the concentration off Terrace because I don't think you're. Well, I mean, I guess if you're all gonna run out and look for another battle in the next 10 minutes, but I assume you're gonna try to rest or something, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it off.
All right, so yeah, what does the group want to do? Everything is quiet. And apparently, Cordis has been dead for a while, whoever he is or was.
Who are you
Wow.
people? Where did you come from?
It is an interesting question. For most immediate, we came from nearby city of Char. We saw evidence of demonic activity down in these tunnels, came down here to find this complex, and now have had entity playing with our minds for what feels like very long time, but most of a day, I suppose.
Demons fight like demons, but not real demons.
It is
Tried
true.
very confused.
There is exotic magic happening here. Something powerful, capable of affecting minds, as well as void energy, which renders illusions more substantial than otherwise they should be.
Like
I
a true
see.
friend to Cordis, I'm going to, root through his pockets and look for loose change.
I'll glance at Reed doing this and say, if you find artifact for activating Scrying Circle, perhaps do not trust it. We only know that he had artifact from what I now take to be illusory presence of evil being.
Okay.
But tribe talked to Cordis so short ago,
And we also talked to Vortag and...
Right. The everything tribe saw Cordis doing, maybe not happen at all. Maybe artifact not exist. Maybe scrying circle not exist.
Well, Scrying Circle and artifact seems
is
like
this?
at least could exist.
What is this circle you're mentioning?
So, from what I can tell by looking at its magical property, it is used to assist an item that would allow you to look about this area. But the circle itself is not magical. It is simply used alongside the artifact of some kind. This recent, well, not so recently deceased friend of ours, well, an image of him told us that he possessed this artifact and had been making use of it. And we relied on his word, which perhaps we shouldn't have, because it seems we were speaking merely to illusion of him, puppeted again by evil entity playing with our minds. I do not even know if it is evil at this point. It is hard to say what it desires.
Shadow Strider did mention that it was a child, not sure of its own powers.
That is in keeping with the tenor of its questions. As we have entered the most recent chambers, it has been asking us about our motivations, our desires, and how we make our way in the world. It is not something... I would typically expect something of this power to have wealth of experience, such as not to need to ask questions like this, so...
Beryl thinks this child needs spanking.
I do not recommend attempting to discipline child. At least not unless you are willing to take extreme measures given the amount of power in this child's hands.
She flutters her little wings in irritation and humps.
You are not bound to listen to my recommendation, Benny. You are free to do as you wish, but...
That wasn't her being defiant to you. That was her just disliking the situation.
Okay.
Have any of you in this journey in this dungeon come across a Galen Blackwater?
That is a name I have heard,
I
yes.
saved Blackwater.
He went missing a few months ago, and I was charged to rescue him if possible.
What?
Blackwater not need rescuing. Tribe already rescued.
Where is he now?
Ithic, camping with
Thought he was in
Asmira.
Char, was he?
Oh, did he go to Char? Sorry. That's right. He came to Char with us, didn't he?
We have not
Okay.
seen him in some days, I believe, but
Yes.
he is known to be about the city we came from.
I think last you saw him, he had headed to try to speak with his sister, and that didn't go well, and you're not actually sure what happened to him after that.
Yeah.
Sister take over Galen Manor and Galen not so hot stuff anymore.
Well, I'm happy to hear that he's safe, but it appears there's more pressing matters at hand.
For example, the fact that you are not safe. Oh, that is not a threat, but it seems this place is not safe for anybody.
No, I agree. I completely agree. This place is something's definitely going on here.
How long knew Holy Man in these tunnels before finding Tribe?
It's hard to say. Everything's kind of a blur. I'm not sure how long I've been here.
I'll understand. Tribe's minds are fuzzy too.
Are there any like windows or anything? Can I even tell what time it is?
No, we're so far
I'm not-
underground.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure where we are.
So far underground.
We're really
It's-
deep underground.
Yeah,
We're
it's
like in a
literally
ruin.
blur.
So this world has these cycles of destruction, and whenever the cataclysms are going on, the survivors like kind of have to go down underground. This bunker that we're in, we believe, was a bunker where some dwarves survived during the last cataclysm hundreds of years ago, or more, right, Lou?
Yeah, there's some evidence that it's older than that, and it might be from the cataclysm before that, so
Okay,
Hmm.
yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Well,
you, from what you remember, Terrace, you had been led down here by someone claiming that Lord Blackwater was down here.
Oh, more visions, I bet.
You don't remember
Maybe.
his name, though.
Do I remember what he looked like?
Sort of. You could probably identify him if you saw him.
Gotcha.
It's kind of hazy at this point. You feel like you've been down here for days.
Right there at the tip of your brain, but you can't quite conjure it up.
Well, you guys seem more experienced down here. What's the next move?
It is a difficult question. We have reason to believe that the center of this, whatever is happening here, is in the cathedral located in center of this complex. But that reason is that we were told so by possibly this entity itself. And we were also told that slaying this entity is the only chance we have of escaping this place alive. Why it would tell us this, now I am not so sure. But it seems like it might be true, because there are enough threats simply wandering around that simple escape will likely not be possible until we can unravel what is happening here and what power this entity holds.
Tribe's plan to go to chapel. What was it, like cathedral? Cathedral. Tribe's plan to go to cathedral and fight creatures there was plan made with Cordis, but now Tribe not so sure. Tribe speak with Cordis. Maybe Tribe should do opposite. Maybe Tribe find another plan. Make our own.
It is clear that we have two ways of interacting with void energy: these crystals and the Kate sword. But whether disrupting void energy, we know too
shadow
little here.
sword?
We do not know if void energy is the thing keeping entity here, whether it is the thing created by entity or in other directions. There is little. But
Nice. Sorry.
it seems likely we will have to face some kind of difficulty or fight on the way out, and right now we are not so much in condition to fight. So, question is whether we take chance of resting here. It is likely to be dangerous, whatever we do.
Yeah.
I see.
Well, Reed and Sim don't not look so good. Maybe rest is a good idea.
I would agree. I also may be able to how much healing do you get from a long rest? Or are we taking a long rest?
Well, we would start with a short, and then we'd be able to spend hit die. But we also have.
I don't think we
Sim
have
also has
any hit die left.
Yeah,
yeah.
I've taken all of my
Also,
short rest for the day.
exhaustion.
So if
Yeah.
I'm to benefit
Also-
from rest,
Yeah, also Sim has exhaustion, so a long rest would be ideal, but we don't know what might come along while we're trying to rest. We don't know how safe we are anywhere in these halls, and we don't know how to exit these halls.
it is my growing feeling that whatever it is here, it is willing to kill us, or at least face us with lethal threat, but if it meant to destroy us, we would already be dead. I do not think there is any true hiding, or even perhaps hiding intentions from creature at heart of this place.
I see.
Sword of Nice Sister. She's gonna look over to Anna Kate. Does Sword have suggestion on Tribe next step? Sword seems to know more than Tribe.
Shadow Strider, what do you know about this child?
So, what would she tell you?
Hey. That was new.
Yeah, that is new.
So, Shadow Strider remains quiet for a moment. Then it says, the void has begun to reach out. It is appearing in many places. It's curious. I don't know why chaos is misbehaving.
Well, I mean, what do you expect chaos to do? But, are you saying you don't know if we can face this creature as we are, or at all?
You are in danger. This place is dangerous to those who embrace laws, for those who embrace meaning. But luckily, it seems that the chaos is now seeking meaning. As I said, she's misbehaving.
Can we hear the sword, or is it?
No, you just see Anna Kate looking at her weapon and thinking.
Oh, we don't even hear.
Yeah, we don't hear either side of it. Yeah.
This is more for the entertainment value of the players. Than your characters are just like, what is she doing?
Gotcha. So we're not.
Yeah. So you seem to be familiar with this being, or this place, or both.
I am familiar with the void. My existence is an attempt to turn the void into something it's not, but the true void is a force that devours and destroys all it touches.
So
The epitome of the chaos.
is there a way to escape the void without confronting this child?
To escape chaos, one only needs to jump into its jaws and be turned into nothing.
That does not sound reassuring.
Just let go of meaning and let yourselves be undone. Be consumed by it.
So I will turn to the others and say, I don't think this is very helpful, but this is what Shadow Strider says, and just kind of repeat
All
the
right, so
conversation.
you let them know what it said, basically.
Hmm.
Excuse me? The
Beryl
sword?
shows her teeth.
There is some chance that there is, in fact, a seed of mystical truth to what Sword has to say. For after all, we know that the Shadowlords, they traffic in void energies, and they are capable of things that no one else is,
The
to our
sword,
knowledge.
the sword would say, "Bah, Shadow Lords, the pretenders."
In any
In
case,
your
it
mind.
may be that to be consumed or made into nothing is not necessarily ending. It may be that there is some way to be made into nothing and yet not be destroyed, or to become something else thereafter. But attempting to find such a means by flinging ourselves into it, let us make that perhaps a backup plan after all others have failed.
I don't know how we would even throw ourselves into the chaos.
Beryl, I
We
want to
haven't.
throw into chaos.
Like I said, I do not wish to pursue this, but it may be worth remembering that if all else fails, there is perhaps path through rather than. In any case, I still assert that whatever being it is that is doing current trafficking in void energies, it is not, at least not yet, seeking to destroy us. It is seeking, if Shadow Strider says meaning, perhaps it is seeking to understand us for whatever reason, and if it happens to destroy us in process of seeking understanding, it seems to have little fear of that, but it is not seeking to destroy us. When dealing with things so powerful, there are perhaps only two choices. Trick it by offering something it desires, or capitulate. If we can find a way to give it what it desires without ourselves being destroyed, that may be simpler than trying to oppose it, because we are simply not powerful enough. Or
Is the I assume the stuff in chat is in Anna Kate's head.
Yes.
Um,
The
would
sword the sword seems like it's a bit triggered by the
yeah,
mention of the Shadow
this is a
Lords.
lot more info than the sword has generally given us in the past, and it's very cryptic.
but so our options, I believe, because we are dealing with something that seems truly too powerful for us, is to find way to come to some kind of accord wherein we can offer it the understanding it seeks without needing to eat us alive in process, or uh, or we need to use its current desire, whatever it desires of us, to give us opportunity to disable it or overcome it where otherwise we wouldn't. Trick it, allow it, make it allow us closer or into vulnerable position because it believes that we can offer more of what it desires.
Um, I just had a thought. Shadow Strider, if we throw ourselves into the chaos, could we follow where our friends went to the Shadowfell?
Beryl perks up. Find shock?
It would be dangerous to seek something from chaos, but it never hurts to ask.
I, for one, do not wish to go to Shadowfell just yet. There is still much afoot in Isik that I would stay for.
I sort of I kind of see Anna like concentrating on her sword, and I sort of like kind of direct it towards him like how long has he been talking to that thing?
She has had sword for as long as I have known, and which is only a few days to be sure. But I have been told that there is some form of entity inside sword that can communicate with Anakate, but it did not seem to speak very often.
Sword
Seems-
has been with
See.
Sword has been with Tribe for many weeks, and Anna Kate has been wielder of Sword for most of this time.
I see.
But Sword always talked to Sword Carrier, but Sword not talk so much or so cryptic before, or absorb scary shadowness.
So
This is new.
Although this is our first time encountering void energy, I believe.
Or
Well,
maybe this is another illusion.
We encountered void energy when we faced Malik.
Who's this Malik?
Shadowlord.
Shadowlord.
Nasty evil Shadowlord. Try to
But,
kick his butt.
Shadowlord's attempt to bind void energy for his purposes, yes? Perhaps void energy here is not so tightly bound? And
It's
more
bound.
available for feeding sword or what have you?
Yeah, but it's bound to some child, and it needs to be. I don't know. I say we use Anakate's sword to suck up whatever void energy is around this child, and then give the child a little lullaby and take the kid out.
For John / Terrace's sake, let's just abbreviate for now and say Malik was kind of the BBEG of the original campaign that we've moved on past. But
Or
there's
so
a
we
lot
thought.
of yeah.
Lots of
we're,
loose
we're,
ends.
we're in a new chapter, a new campaign chapter, but like there's definitely still like repercussions and stuff from the previous. So, but Malik was kind of the big bad evil guy. Like that was our final battle.
You seem to have a lot of horrible magical research projects that left behind all sorts of interesting things for us to deal with.
Oh yeah.
Was he like ever in this place, like this big dungeon?
I don't think we know.
Possibly.
Something he
It's
made might have
very,
made its
very
way down here.
possible.
Who knows?
He
Gotcha.
was in other ancient
was in the
dwarven
church.
ruins. Yeah. And all kinds of places, yeah.
That's crazy.
So it's entirely possible that he was here.
He was in the
So,
church that was above here that collapsed after you defeated him, releasing its energy into the area.
Ooh.
Did you?
I think it's interesting that Lou decided to like clarify that just now, very, very specifically.
Well, you had known the church collapsed, and you probably
Right.
could have made the connection that it collapsed because the energy was released, because that was kind of what was holding it in place.
Well, there you go. This is all our fault.
So
A little bit.
was this special sword effective as it was in those dreams towards this Malik?
I don't know that I ever landed a blow on Malik with the sword because I was absorbed into his crystal,
Ugh.
and at that point, my role in the battle was attempting to focus the energy of the crystal to attack him, but I was never successful in doing it.
Sword
So-
was
Mei
Sword-
Jun was.
Sword was when tried to find Sword was interred with other Shadowlord. Not Malik, but Gaivak.
That's right.
So always intended to interact somehow with these
And
energies.
Gaivok did not like it, if you remember.
Yeah, Gaivok, wanted us to throw the sword away and not talk to it and not listen to it. Gaivok was a second Shadow Lord who
Well, he was
Let's
the
make this-
first one. Malik was his
he was
apprentice.
the first. Malik was his apprentice, but Malik exceeded him both in malice and killing and widespread destruction, and in abilities. Yeah.
So was he evil? The first one, first Shadowlord.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. He killed for his own purposes, but he taught Malik, and Malik took it further.
Ooh.
Yeah, Malik basically turned all of Isik into a horde of undead.
And tried to do it in Char.
Blotted out this guy. Not a nice individual.
In any case, to more immediate concern, the entity at center of this place, it has been probing through our memories and asking us questions directly to learn of our motivations and our desires. If at some point this thing develops motivations and desires of its own, we will not be sufficient to oppose them in any meaningful way. So perhaps it is best if we take opportunity to try to shape its motivations and desires somewhat before attempting to contend with it directly.
Yes, I agree. Those monsters earlier. If it weren't for that sword, I'm not sure we would have fared so well.
But the question remains whether we can shape it and how we would like to try.
I don't think we should try to shape chaos or void energy. I think we need to find out who's manifesting it and then just destroy.
It may not be a who.
Yeah, if it's not a who, then that's something that we can cross that bridge when we come to it. But
I am concerned that what is shaping it is, from what Anna Kate has said, it and from what we have seen, it is shaping. For whatever reason, it is seeking a shape that mirrors our own and that of all the people who have lived here. It is perhaps a lot to take on.
Well, another me might not be so bad.
I envy you your arrogance. Another of you, perhaps not so bad, but another of you possessed of godlike power and no limitations. I do not think any of us is well placed for such a role in this world.
I think it's only curious about us because it wants to undo us. You know, like it wants to know who we are so that it can tear us apart.
I believe it is already capable of tearing us apart.
So you're trying to rest while you're having these conversations? Is that the plan? You're going to try to pass a long rest?
Is this door closed?
It's not. Do you want to close it?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
I believe there is in truth no true hiding from what is here, because it is us. You
Reed,
cannot.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
Oh no, you cannot dodge past your reflection in a mirror, and I believe perhaps there is no mind here, no entity as we have feared, but merely massive void energy responding to our presence by shutting us in here and attempting to consume us.
Or learn from Tribe. Maybe Tribe have knowledge that this presence is learning, whether presence is looking for specific knowledge or just learning in general.
It is true, but there is much to be learned from consuming your object of study. So, in any case, I believe that I agree. So there is a bit of trick. We cannot hope to dodge our own reflection. So, but knowing it is a reflection gives us some measure of control over how it acts. And we may try to use that in trying to remove mirror, as it were.
Lou, is the calendar correct? It's 2 p.m. Or has that not been updated lately?
No, that's correct. That's about, well, I mean, it's probably about like 2:05 now. The battle started at 2 p.m.
So we probably can't long rest for quite some time, right?
Yeah, you'd have to hold up in this room for at least, 10 hours or so.
Yeah. I still have short rests, but I know some of the party does not.
Well, it's up to you all. What do you want to do?
We should take at least a short rest for those who can still benefit from such. I am reaching end of my abilities for Or
I
what
think
did you want?
I think we were short resting, so to speak, or beginning an
Mm-hmm.
attempt of a rest, like during this conversation. So I would say, what, 10, 15 minutes in, maybe. I mean, I guess that's up to Lou, but yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah.
Mechanically, we
So
should make a roll if we're going to try to get that in. But I think.
yeah, I mean, you've kind of started one since you finished the battle because you've been
Mhm.
sort of moving. You've been kind of going slower and relaxing a bit. So, do you want to try to pass the hour?
Yeah, at least that much
Yeah.
for those who still have them.
All right. Give me a D20 roll for events.
I sure love these.
All right. So the hour passes quietly. It is now 3 o'clock. Go ahead and spend a short rest if you want to, and you can benefit from it.
Okay. That's
So
that's a
you,
hit die.
I believe you have what, 4 at this level? It's your
Yep.
proficiency modifier. So
Oh,
make sure you have
yeah,
a
okay.
resource called short rest, and you have 4 of 4. So you can spend
Oh.
one if you want to use hit dice to heal, gain back anything you'd normally, gain back on a short rest, and yeah, that's about it.
Do I get my lay on hands after a short
No,
rest?
that's a long rest.
Okay. Where would that
99% of healing
resources-
abilities. You could just make one.
Except for the healer feat.
Yeah, healer feat. But if you go to your resources, just call one short rest. And if you want to spend one, you now have 3 of 4.
Resources.
It's on your first page.
It's like the little boxes you have to like create one.
Yeah.
It's the boxes below your personality and ideals and bonds and such.
Oh, okay. That's like my lay on hands and divine senses, right?
Yeah. So create one that's like short rests per day or
Thank
whatever. And if you hit the little gear, you can set it to reset on your long rest. So then it'll automatically, when you do a long rest, it'll reset for you.
Yeah. That's weird. So yeah, I made you a short rest.
Thank you. I saw it.
Oh, I
Oh.
forgot.
That's why it's not working. I forgot to turn on the short rest and long rest buttons.
Ah, I see that. Yeah.
I forget. Does someone in this group have a hut?
No.
Okay. Did we
Be
have
nice.
one at one time?
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
You know,
I don't know.
artificers sometimes get it.
Yeah, maybe Tervin had it. I don't remember. I also could be just mixing up with other groups.
Alright.
Yep.
So now you can spend a short rest if you want to. And go down to 3. Then you click the short rest button, and it should give you the option to spend hit dice if you want.
All right. Where's that button?
It's right above short rest, long rest buttons.
Guess that would be on my other page.
No,
Oh,
it's,
the hit die are up.
it's
under
right
your hit
above.
point.
It's
Yeah.
right above short rest. You should see like a long rest and a short
Oh, I
rest
see.
button.
Yep, you're right. Thank you. And how many hit dice should I use?
That's up to you.
Okay. And I heal for what I roll, right?
1d10, yeah, per hit dice plus your con modifier.
I can heal myself, so I'll just maybe.
So healing yourself is a daily ability. Short rests are something you can use on a rest. So usually it's better to use hit dice if you have a choice.
And if you look
Okay.
around, you might also notice that Reed and Sin
'Cause-
still look bad even after the short rest. They
Yeah,
might be
and
out
also
of
you
They're still
can't.
bloody,
Yeah, you can't use your hit dice to heal others, while you can use your
Right,
dice
right.
to heal others.
Yeah.
So it's good to use hit dice if you have the ability.
Okay. So does like, I'd say like 7 when do I get them back?
On a long rest,
Long
you
rest.
get back half of them. So you'll get back 5 of them when you take a long rest.
Okay. I'm gonna use 7. And see how much I get.
Nice.
Alright, so you
Not bad.
regain 42 hit points.
So just click that and do plus 42.
Yep.
Sam, when do your temporary hit points happen? Is that the long rest or the short?
So I have to complete a short rest in order to trigger that ability. So
Oh, but you aren't eligible
think
to
I,
he's-
I, I
he's
don't.
out
I've
of
used
them.
up all my short rest.
Gotcha. Well, it's
This has
still a
been an
great ability.
eventful day. This is, I think, the first time in a while we've used all the short rests for some of you.
That's
Honestly,
crazy.
I think the only reason that Beryl has as many resources as she has right now is because I was missing for one of the things.
That's true. Yeah.
Yep, that
You
can
were in the
happen.
background. So you were just throwing out your cantrips in the background.
So Thorn Whip, like
But
just Thorn Whipping everything.
Pretty much.
if our plan is to engage with this creature in this entity in some hostile way, I am still rather unprepared for any kind of extended battle.
Have some magic, but Beryl's staff is dead for today, and Beryl not have all magic, but some magic, and Beryl can be beasties. Beryl has her beastie forms.
So the question is whether you all deem it's worth our time to attempt to stay here long enough to rest. There are risks in either direction, and, well, I know which way I would go, but I am rather in need of rest. But I will not slow the rest of you down if you wish to proceed.
Beryl
Well,
thinks that.
Do we
Oh.
have any potions?
Oh, good question. Beryl will go over to Reed and
So that
off
was
the bag.
that was your angel who asks. He says,
Oh, good morning.
Gamork says, do we have any potions that we could employ here? That is if we're worried about taking a long rest.
Well, it is not so
I
much.
think. Sorry, go ahead.
It is not so much the healing that concerns me. Like I said, I am concerned about my ability to do battle, which has perhaps more to do with the killing things than avoiding being killed in some sense. And
Well, I mean, he says we might not have a choice. I mean, do you think we'll be able to even rest in here? What if the creature comes at us while we're trying to rest?
Beryl recommends that tribe. I mean, it is good. Is good idea. It's good. Remember that tribe has potions, and I believe Beryl believes that everyone in tribe should have potion or two in own bag, but if not, tribe should redistribute so everyone ready with emergency potion if needed. If rest not go well.
So Gamork kind of looks to Sim and Reed, and he says, "Are you two completely out of your abilities to use magic today?"
not entirely.
No, not after. Well, I mean, I still get a short rest because, or I don't get my my warlock slots back because I didn't technically take a short rest.
Yeah, I mean, if you're out of short rest, then yeah, you wouldn't be able to spend hit dice or regain your warlock spells.
Yeah.
But you would still have your at wills.
Right.
You're blasting.
Yeah. So
So,
I'd be yeah.
As I said, I would not be useless in a fight. I am just concerned.
Well, Gamork would shrug. He says, "We're in a bad situation, that's for sure. I don't know. What do you all think would be the best move?" I was just pondering the fact that we do still have those potions. I assume.
It is true.
I haven't looked in our bag, but that would be, and you know those healing potions during battle don't do very much healing, so they'd probably be more useful out of combat anyway.
It is true. If we are intending to go without resting, then I would certainly take advantage of potions we have to not ride into battle so injured.
Yep.
And Gamork sort of looks to Anakate. Does your sword know if we will be allowed to rest here?
I will ask. So I asked Shadow Strider, do you think we would be able to rest? I mean, I'm sure it's tough to predict the actions of chaos.
So Shadow Strider would actually not answer that. He just goes quiet again.
Oh.
My expectation is that there is something to be learned from our sleeping minds too. So perhaps we would be allowed to sleep, but what would happen in that time? Perhaps we would be able to rest.
What dreams may come?
Exactly.
Right.
For my part, I would still take my chances because, for one thing, for my part, the door when we entered to see Reed's memory, it still seemed to me that his door behaved oddly different from the others. Whether that is growing power of void or not, the growing power of void to peer into Reed seemed to have called up perhaps more of the attention of his patron as well. If that is true, my patron turning its eyes here, I would take my chances trying to sleep with that. But the rest of you have perhaps not so much entanglement when it
But
comes to sleeping.
Was Reed patron really watching Tribe, or
I do not know, but
imitation of?
I believe it is certainly true that existence of Reed's connection to Patron influenced how his memory chamber manifested. If you remember his door, it was black rather than white, and it seemed like a memory that the creature wished to investigate was contained inside a projection of Patron. Some measure of
Maybe-
separation or protection. I do not know.
Maybe Tribe can use this if creature is interested in Reed's experience. Reed maybe can bluff and use offer of more information about this experience to, I don't know. Barrel doesn't know.
It
Well,
is true.
thinking out loud.
It wants information from us. So if we are to trick it, we have to offer something it desires, and what it desires is knowledge of us.
Mhm. Does any who in Tribe not have healing potion on self? Barrel will.
We checked this not so long ago. We all have potions.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Well,
all have
Barrel
one.
will dig. Yeah, Barrel will dig 2 out and take them to our new paladin and give you 2 standard potions of healing.
Oh, why? Thank you.
Reed, you say you have only 1?
I have one, and I guess I'll take it now. It's 2d4, right?
2d4
Yeah.
plus 2.
24 plus. Yeah. All right, so I'll give Reed 2 more.
Are we riding into battle? Because if so, then I am about to imbibe rather a lot of potion.
What is the potion called again?
Potion
It's
of healing.
a potion of healing. Yeah.
I am carrying several, but I am about to be rather unburdened of these. If
Well,
we
I've
are
just
about
taken 4 out of the inventory. 2 to Reed and 2 to
Terrace.
Terrace. Maybe Tribe should try to rest. And I don't know.
Well, that is Beryl and I in favor of resting. Gamork seems in favor of pressing onwards. What of the rest of you?
Gamork says, I'm not sure. I just feel a bit worried about staying here that long.
Beryl
So-
is better than rest of Tribe to press on, but Beryl understands some of Tribe much better if rest.
What
If that's
happens
it.
if I take one of the crystals that we still have and cast Identify on it?
Which crystal?
The psychic crystals?
Yeah, the ones
The
that
ones
the
we've-
imps are dropping.
Yeah.
So the crystals that were forming seem to be very similar in form to the those shadow crystals. They seem to contain energy, but instead of necrotic, it seems to contain psychic energy.
Ooh.
Like, instead of a shadow crystal, it's more almost like a mind crystal. So yeah, you believe that these crystals have psychic energy imbued in them.
All right. Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna jump into the chaos, I suppose we should jump into the chaos, and that means not resting. I mean, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We need to deal with this, even if some of us are not at our best.
Very well.
Beryl
Gonna
is very
start
worried
chugging
about
potions.
this option. Beryl pulls out the remaining, let's see here, 6 standard healing potions from the bag. Let me just see, do we have any other non-standard?
Oh, that was true for the ones
Yeah,
I got.
so she pulls out 6 more standard healing potions. And says, if tribe all in, here's the rest.
Oh wow, look at that awesome potion roll. Look at that.
Wow.
I mean,
Oh.
that's average, right? It's about average.
Mm,
Oh, I guess so.
yeah.
It's a little under average, but not
A little
actually by
under,
that much
yeah.
because they're D4s.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'll
So,
do
yeah,
2 more
it's
shots. 2 more shots of potions.
Getting a little drunk off potions now.
Tell me how many, like, okay, so,
6.
okay, those were the 2
10.
more that I'd already given Reed. So we still have 6.
10.
Anybody else grabbing from the pool that I just pulled out of the bag?
So I'm not drinking from the pool
No.
yet. Those were 2 that I had in my inventory.
Right. And I had just given Reed 2 more as well, so.
I'm
So,
good.
yeah, Beryl good too.
And to
Always-
answer the question, I mean, I would be fine continuing on now, but I understand the desire to want to rest, and perhaps I can offer to keep watch.
Yes,
Uh,
I could as well. I'm feeling fine. You guys have clearly been in here for longer than I have.
it seems to have decided to press on. I will make do. I'm gonna see if I can grab 2 more of these from the pile and just keep chugging.
All right, I'm done before.
Shots.
He's starting to get nervous. He's like, "Yeah, I think I'll be fine." He just starts like, taking more.
It would be funny if these potions were like mildly alcoholic.
Some healing potions are. These ones are
Well,
not.
I'm not bloodied.
Well, Beryl brewed most of these, so.
Yeah.
Brewed. You actually brewed them? Oh man.
That's
A
awesome.
lot. Well, I mean, the crafting rules have been updated since, so she can't do it so easily anymore. But
Right.
yeah, she did brew a lot of them.
So how many are in the pile, and who else is still drinking
There are
potions?
4 still sitting in the pile, and I believe that both Reed and Sim have nothing in your inventory. So at this point, it's
I've got 1 in my inventory left, but it's a greater, so I'm saving it.
okay. All right. So there are 4 still sitting in the pile that is the party inventory. You just let me know if anyone, because I would rather than be, if you guys Reed, if you have none on you, even if you're not going to drink anymore, I think it's better for all of us to at least have 1 or 2 on us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take 1 from my belt in case I
Okay.
go down.
Yeah.
3
and
left in the pile.
I'll take 1 from my belt.
All right, 2 left in the pile.
I think it'll be worth mentioning that I do have some healing power. Does anybody feel vulnerable, too vulnerable to go on? I may be able to heal some of your wounds.
I'll look at Terrace's armament and say, for a healer like you, perhaps it's better to save healing for battle.
Well, it does take an action, so it's action healing. It's not bonus
Yeah.
action. So it's not a terrible idea to use lay on hands outside of battle.
Perhaps.
From a purely mechanical standpoint.
Beryl will
It takes
also
longer.
pull out a spell scroll, 2nd level of Branding Smite, out of the bag of holding
Oh, hey.
and toss it to our new friend. Maybe this help. and a spell scroll remove curse.
Oh,
Toss
yeah.
that to our new friend. That one's 3rd level.
Thank you, friend. I appreciate this.
Yeah.
All right, so
Very
you
much
have
so.
Branding Smite without a spell slot and Remove Curse without a spell slot. Just hang on to those whenever you feel like using them.
Okay. Are
And
those items that I need to add to my inventory?
yeah, you want to put them in your inventory. I don't know
Are they called
actually.
scroll spells?
I don't know how well the scrolls work in Roll20. I just add them as a custom item in my Roll20 inventory. But then when you use them, you'll want to like pull up the spell in the Roll20 consortium. Consortia? What is it? Compendium. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just
So,
browsing. Beryl's like pulling stuff out of the bag. She's like kind of like sitting in a heap of junk that she's like kind of putting all around her while she's looking through everything to see if there's any useful stuff in here.
so did our recent adventure through or our recent attempt to enter a cathedral, did that consume one of the crystals you were holding on the gate?
Did it?
No, I don't think so.
Very
Okay.
well. Then,
Well,
after all our adventuring, I believe we possess still 8 crystals among us, and we should redistribute. I think it is still correct for Anna Kate to be holding as many of them as possible, but everyone else should have at least one. Is everyone accepting of this plan?
sure.
Sure. Yeah.
Uh, then I suppose
Simo
we
sounds
attempt to enter the
exasperated.
cathedral again. Perhaps the entity will allow us entry now that more of us have passed through its trials of memory.
I would like to ask if Terrace has been through a similar trial.
No,
Something
I have
from your
not.
past? No.
So,
I've
Terrace,
never.
you have been in several strange scenarios down here that
Oh, okay.
seemed similar to this, except with characters from your past. So maybe you've been in something like this?
Something like when he says something like this, you mean like what just happened, just like that little
Yeah,
dream
like
over?
the strange forest you were just in with the woman and the Alhoon.
Was I also being attacked?
You were in a similar situation with creatures like those hungry, but they were a little bit different. You didn't
Yes, I
fight
have.
those. You fought something that had spiky arms that was coming at you.
Hugs.
Did I defeat it?
Yeah, you've killed several of
You
them.
lived to tell the tale.
Ooh, that thing looks nasty.
Yeah, so you fought creatures that reminded you, yeah, this is the one that you all just fought. But you hadn't fought one of those before. You had just fought the Lost.
Gotcha.
And it
S-
is
I have been in a
so yeah,
few similar scenarios. The beasts were not quite the same, but very similar and very dangerous.
well, eh, even Beryl's encounter, or even Anna Kate's, was not quite like mine or Reed's. They do seem to be changing. In that much, the Cordis projection seems not to be lying. That the entity's behaviors and abilities are growing or changing. So if he has been through something earlier, more different, then perhaps it will count.
I see. Yes. The only obvious notable difference is the allies I had, and they never woke up with me, I suppose, until now.
Hmm.
So Beryl's still like pulling things out of the bag of holding and like examining them. And she's gonna look over at um Terrace? Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm still
yeah,
learning
that's it.
your name.
You got it.
Um,
You got it.
You are wearing chainmail, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. She is gonna pull some chainmail out of the bag and hold it up and be like, "This helpful?" And considering her size and the way she's just kind of flinging this around, you get the idea that this is extraordinarily light. She is holding mithril chainmail.
Ooh. Okay. What does that do?
Is that chain mail or a chain shirt?
It says chainmail, heavy
Okay.
Yeah,
armor,
my
is what I've
understanding
got
was
in
we
the
had.
inventory.
Yeah, my understanding
Nobody
was
could hold it when we got it. No,
we had
nobody could
difficulty
wear it when we
earlier
got
because
it.
it was heavy armor. Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
so whichever one's heavy.
Like we were gonna give it to Gamork before he re-rolled everything. Um, and then he couldn't wear
It
it
was
and
too
nobody else in
dex-based.
the
So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So yeah, she's gonna pull out this mithril chainmail. And basically I think it just
it just
keeps you
removes the
from
stealth
having the
disadvantage.
disadvantage. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
It's
that's cool.
lighter and you don't have the disadvantage of stealth.
So it's still 16 AC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's just a lot lighter.
Okay. That.
And then oh sorry, go ahead.
Oh, what does it look like?
where we
Ooh, I
got
don't
this.
know.
I
Lou,
think
what
we
does it
got
look
it.
like?
Shiny. It's very
It's
shiny.
very pretty. Yeah, it's like elven, like
Yeah, I think we pulled it out of an
exquisitely
elven rune.
crafted.
Yeah,
It's like okay, in Lord of the Rings, it like gleams, isn't it? Like really pretty whenever they like
Yeah.
pull aside their shirt and show it.
it can look however you want. I mean, if someone has the skill to craft a magical artifact, then they can make it look the way they want it to make when they're making it.
So mithril chainmail. Let's see.
I don't think we've had it too long. I think we got it like 1 or 2 sessions after Sim and Gamork joined us.
Yeah.
But no one in
Alright.
the party could use it. At least not
So
Well,
after Gamork re-rolled.
mithril is a light, flexible metal. It can be chain breastplate, chain shirt. Uh, so yeah, it takes away the or the dexterity stealth disadvantage. So yeah, it's basically kind of like a lighter, better designed suit of armor.
So not
Cool.
like a big deal, but she's just like I'm just looking through the inventory for stuff we're not using
yeah,
that
it's still a good
Yeah.
idea.
people
Can't be
can
eaten
use.
by rust
Yeah.
monsters, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
Are also oh sorry, Reed, was that Reed that was saying something or
Nope.
or
Yeah, it's
Tara?
you can look up mithril armor. It says what it does. Mithral in the compendium. There's no mithril chain, but you can just like edit your chain armor, and turn it into mithril chain.
And then the other thing, like Beryl will be holding some scrolls that are a little like more ornate than the other scrolls she was looking at, and she'll be like, "Remind Beryl what."
One other
Oh, go
quick
ahead.
thing. It doesn't say it, but you can half the weight because it doesn't make any sense that it says it's light, but it doesn't adjust the weight.
Oh, cool. I've
What's
been
it
wondering
called?
about that.
I can't find it.
Here, I will.
So under the compendium, if you look at the tabs on the top, there's an eye, and you can search for mithril. But honestly, you can just edit your chain armor, or drag a second suit of chain armor in. Then you have your chain armor and the mithril chain armor. All you do is change it so it doesn't give disadvantage with stealth and half the weight.
Cool. Okay.
Did go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead. I'm just looking for it.
I'm not sure exactly how this would be in character for Beryl, but like somebody said something earlier about so creatures tribe has been facing are what kind of creature? They're definitely not beasts. Beryl knows beasts. What kind of creatures?
Who are you asking?
Just I'm asking the group at large. She's holding 3 scrolls, and they are scrolls of protection. One is against celestials, one is against fiends, and one is against undeads. I don't think these are helping us here, but I'm just double checking.
As
Are any of these
these
fiends
are not
undead?
fiends or undead.
So
Okay.
if you have nature, you might know more about them.
Beryl does
Actually,
have nature.
hang on, let me read exactly. It might not be nature.
That's fine.
Okay, it would be Arcana, sorry, not nature.
Okay, Beryl does not have that.
I've got Arcana then.
Yep. Ooh,
So you know that these creatures are native to the Shadowfell, also known to be creatures of necrotic energies born out of darkness and kind of the Shadowfell's immersion in these necrotic energies is what births them, but they can exist anywhere where there's a strong connection to necrotic energies in the void, which is probably why they're here.
Okay.
Right, so then Beryl
They're
will,
monstrosities. Sorry, that's the quick answer to the type.
Beryl will take 2 more objects and kind of put them like in a different pile, and then start like scooping all the junk she's been going through. Okay, not junk, but all the stuff that she's pulled out and been going through. She'll start scooping it back into the bag, and so she'll push forward these 2 objects to the group and be like, "Beryl, find these 2, and one is a potion of growth, and one is restorative ointment." Which I literally think we've been carrying this restorative ointment since the Malik battle and just never paid attention to the fact that we had it.
What does it do?
It is basically 5 charges of healing.
Ooh.
But one person has to take possession of it and roll to see what those charges is. It what is it? Let me see here. Let me just link it. So you take possession of it, and
so
you.
it heals you and it removes poison and disease all at once if you use one charge. So if you're
I
poisoned
totally
or
linked the whole thing. Sorry, the wrong thing. Sorry. Here's what I meant to link.
so it's a jar. It has 5 doses. As an action,
Well, you roll 1d4 plus 1.
yeah,
so whoever takes possession of it
I had already
rolls
rolled it.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
So
Okay.
there's 5
So
doses. You can see how that there's 5 doses in there.
we could give it to someone that's in our front line, or we could give it to someone that doesn't have any other healing abilities. That might be a nice option.
Is it a bonus action to use it?
As an action, 1 dose of the ointment can be swallowed or applied to the skin. The creature that receives it regains 2d8 plus 2 hit points, ceases to be poisoned, and is cured of any disease. So
I think it's just like emergency kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Oh, thank you. I think my healing abilities will suffice for myself personally.
Farrell looks at
Thank you.
Reed in case he might, because I don't know if he has a lot of options in that regard for healing.
I mean, I can take it. It's fine. I'll put it in a pouch.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well,
And anyone want this? And she holds up the potion of growth. Makes you big. Extra strong. Extra good.
big is not so helpful for one like
It's like big like Viagra. Sorry, I don't know. Anyway.
yeah, so basically it's a it's like the
melee damage bar.
enlarged spell.
Yeah, you get like melee people. Like I think it would be best for. Anarchy. Oh, who said I?
I'll let I've gotten like a lot of goodies from the goodie bag.
Yeah,
so
but we all have a lot of magic. Everyone in this group has a lot of. Well, okay, maybe except Sim because he's fairly new to the group. We're working on getting him more stuff, but most of us have a lot of magical items. So don't feel guilty if you think you can use it.
It is Sim mostly a caster?
Yes, I do not carry a weapon by intention. I rely on powers of my faith.
I see. Well, that I can respect. As long as nobody opposes, I'll take it, with glee.
All right.
If immovable rods are still in there, perhaps it would be wise to have somebody carrying them for this fight. I would. It is the sort of thing I can make use of.
Farrell would pull them out and hold them out. Who wants them?
I think
2 immovable rods up for grabs.
it is best for them to stay together or at least close to one another. But I believe I
Then
could
want
make
both?
use for them. Yes, if
Okay.
unless someone else is desiring.
That's fine.
Beryl,
You can
like,
take 'em.
tosses them
Very
at you.
well.
There are like other like situational things that we might use them for that like we're gonna probably talk about as a party and what have you. So if
Yeah.
you've got ideas for like in the moment type of uses, then like it makes sense for you to have them on you.
That'd be awesome from Lucky Andor.
Yep.
All right, sorry, I didn't mean to take out extra time with that. It's just honestly there was a lot of stuff in that inventory that I think we kind of hadn't reviewed since we had some party member changes. And if we're about to go into a fight a little bit not understaffed, but under
Powered.
not a peak shape, like I figured it
Yeah.
made sense to go through it. Sorry.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, that's
So yeah, just make sure you're marking down all the stuff that you took since she's minusing it from the party treasury.
Yeah, if it's
Yeah, potion of
consumable, I
growth,
have
gotcha.
deleted it entirely from my inventory. So if you don't mark it in yours, we lose it. If it's not consumable, then I do
Falls
still
into
keep
the
a track of
void.
it. But yeah, yeah.
All right, I just wrote it down. I didn't like. I'll have to look up what it does.
Do like use the little plus sign to add custom items to your inventory, and at least just like make a little text
Yeah, that's what I
item.
did. That, yeah,
Well,
that's what I
yeah,
did for the scrolls
perfect.
as well. I'll have to look
For
those
the,
up.
for the potion of growth, I think you can just drag it from the compendium into your sheet. Because that is one that's, if you just look up potion of growth, it should be easy to find. As well as the other
see it.
ones I just looked up.
I would get rid of the one I made.
Yeah, because that'll put all the stats and everything if you drag it in. Most of the stuff is in the compendium. You can just grab it and pull it in. Because that does the weight and everything else that's needed.
Yeah.
Alright, so what does the group want to do?
Shall we attempt to enter cathedral again? Are we prepared?
I think there's no time like the present. Shadow Strider seems to have gone quiet. Again, he's sulking. So I don't have any other guidance.
In the case, I'm going to cast the protection spell on you before we breach doors.
Okay.
It seems worthwhile because you will be carrying more of crystals, and it would be good to have you free to move around in case something immediately dangerous happens.
And do we have any idea how these crystals are to be used?
When we entered clouds of miasma with them before, or those wailing shadow creatures, mere presence of crystals dispelled them, made them vanish.
Right. Okay.
So,
Okay.
there might be other things it can disrupt or do for us, but that is the one we know, and for that it seems a swift-moving warrior like yourself is best to carry.
That does make sense, yes. Yes, you left me with no light.
Did I turn it? How about now?
Yeah, okay. I see another me.
Are we all going through the door?
I'm following. Sorry, I'll be there in a second.
Okay,
Just
right now
making
we're
sure.
stuck at the door. It's impassable.
Okay, good.
Well, we
I just
did
want to make
close
sure.
it earlier.
Impassable door.
Okay.
Close kin
So
to
you're-
a movable rod.
So you're
Yeah, he
opening
already
the
used
door?
it.
I'll send my little spider out under to look first.
Oh,
I mean, there
cool.
you go. There's right there. You just figured out a use for the movable rod. Like put it so that the doorknob can't pass past it, so the door can't
Yeah.
open.
Yep.
How
It's
big
a
is
neat
it?
trick.
How long is it?
I think it's a foot long. It's not huge.
Gotcha. But you have two of them.
It's true. Can do fun things with them.
You can put it like just
We've
at shin
honestly
height.
had them a little while. We've had them.
I mean, we used them against that ceiling trap to good if destructive effect.
That's true. Yeah, it doesn't feel like we've done too much with them yet, but there's lots of possibilities.
And we used it to build ourselves floating rope ladders over pit traps. Like, they're good for engineering.
That is so cool.
All right, Beryl. Sorry, Beryl would have moved with the group. I just was making sure the inventory was all up to date.
Well, we haven't moved anywhere yet, so.
No,
Oh,
I was
okay.
just moving. Alright, so Anna Kate goes to open the door.
And Anna Kate, you have goggles of night now, don't you?
I do.
Terrace, how is your vision in the dark?
It is completely normal and human. So
Okay.
no dark
So you probably have either a light spell or a torch out, I imagine.
yeah, I'll go ahead and light one of my torches.
Alright, so you expend a torch. You can go ahead and pull a torch onto the board from the journal. There should be a torch under resources.
Let's see.
Sim will glare at the torch for a minute, mutter a spell to snuff it out, and mutter a second spell to make it glow with magical light instead, and tell the paladin, it is easier to snuff one of these at a moment's notice, and sometimes that is required. Still,
Oh, is
you
it
can
like
carry
a
light
light
if you
spell?
wish. Yeah, so I use prestidigitation to snuff the torch, and then light just on the torch itself to make it glow.
So you're still
Awesome.
making him carry a torch. You're not like putting it on his armor or something.
No.
Alright, so the torch
Because
is now
honestly, I've
glowing
always
even
found
though
the
it's
worst
not
thing
lit.
about the torch is like that it takes up a hand. Not
Right.
so much. Yeah.
Can I technically? Well, I won't even ask that.
So you
I
can
was just thinking
put
if, like,
your
my shield is like
token.
a strap.
You can put your token. I mean, you could cast light on a shield, Sim, if you don't want to have
Oh,
him use a hand.
sure. I guess I'll do that instead. Yeah,
Alright.
leave the warrior a free hand.
So you can click and drag to select yourself and the torch, and then move both with the arrow keys, Terrace.
Okay.
Unless it is your intention to stray far from me, this will be more efficient than torch.
Thank you.
Alright, so you leave the room, heading, what is it, east to the hallway here?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay.
Point out. Terrace, there is a pit trap here. It is easy enough to walk around the edge. Just be careful with your step.
I forget. Do we need dex saves for walking the edge?
No. Just
No, as long as you
combat.
take it slowly.
Which way, tribe, go? North, south.
South is path I remember to Cathedral. Door is
So,
this way.
Terrace, have you ever played a RTS,
What does that stand for?
real-time strategy game?
Yes, but not very much.
So, yeah, you can click and drag to select yourself and the torch if you make a square around you and the torch, and then you can highlight both at the same time. Then you have
click
to
and
keep...
drag the torch from the thing.
No, click and drag like a box, like around yourself
Maybe
and
Sim,
the
we
torch.
should wait until
Yep.
he figures out his navigation and lighting.
And then you can
Fine.
select both of them by doing that. Then use, like I said, the arrow keys to move both at the same time. So, like, click above your token, like over here, hold it down, then drag to make a box.
Oh, I see. And then I can. Oh, that's okay. That's super cool. Thank you.
Yep. So at this point, yeah, you would see that the miasma is here, but it has cleared a bit. It looks a lot more transparent, and beyond it there is a very old-looking stone door with a strange type of architecture that none of you have ever seen.
Still with trick doors. Determined to send us elsewhere, perhaps, or perhaps elsewhere is where we are trying to go. Who knows?
Have you guys been through this place before?
Our last attempt to enter the door brought us to the forest glade where you met us.
So have we gone in this room right here? Have you guys
No.
investigated?
No, last attempt to go
south
through the doorway
we have,
did not allow us through to the room. Some
we
sort
went-
of magic moved us.
I
If he
see.
meant south, then yeah.
Yeah, that is what I meant. Can I try and open the door? Is it blocked or anything?
Oh, the south door. Oops.
Do you want to, well, they're talking about this door.
Oh, you guys are talking about that door. So you guys
The door you're at, we have investigated. It's
Okay,
just like
gotcha.
a barracks or something, like a dorm.
Cool. So nothing in it. So what about this door here?
There's also a lot of shadowy miasma right where you're standing that you might want to just kind of stand back and as we determine how we're going to open it. Yeah.
Yeah, so you see a strange-looking shadowy darkness, but like I said, it does look like it's less thick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it extended a lot further before.
I'll attempt to send a mage hand into it to see what happened. Because last time the miasma dispelled the hand immediately when it contacted.
Nothing happens. Your mage hand just goes in.
Cool. I'll send it forward even further to see if the hand can jiggle the knob or whatever handle there is. If it's just a door that pushes open, it almost certainly is too heavy, but...
So no, you couldn't push the door open. It's a double door, but when you push on it, it's too heavy for your hand to open.
Yeah, nice heavy cathedral doors. Makes sense. I will say, nature of miasma seems to have changed since I can now exert magic through, but miasma is not gone. I do not know what this means.
Shall I give it a go?
Perhaps it would be better if I try, since I have more crystals.
In
Uh,
case,
Remind me, did we pass crystals out to everyone in the group or just some members?
I think there are 4 spread out among everyone who isn't Anakate. Everyone has 1, and then Anakate is holding the remaining 4 right
Okay.
now.
I just want to
So
make sure I didn't
I
have
have
anything
one?
in my own inventory.
Yes,
So
we would have given you 1 because...
What's it called?
I've just been calling them psychic crystals. You can call them
Yes.
mind crystals, whatever.
we don't really understand what they are yet.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Yeah, you can call it a psychic crystal. That's fine.
Okay.
So does that include Gamork?
4.
Oh,
It
I guess
doesn't
if
have
Gamor-
to. Don't worry if you don't want it to. That's fine. I just was making sure that we would
Did he-
account for it during the fight if it was important.
yeah, it might be important in the fight, so everyone who's going to be in the fight should have 1, and then Anakate should have the rest.
So I had 5 in my inventory. So
But we had fewer party members last session, I think, is what happened. We had fewer people around, I
right.
think.
If there was, I guess what I'm saying is if there was already 1 in Gamork's inventory.
Oh, I don't know if I had remembered to count Gamork last session.
That's
Okay.
fine. You don't have to.
Yeah,
I
because
mean-
I don't know if Gamork, he's probably not coming. Well, this is the last
He's not.
month for him, right?
Paris, you are Gamork's replacement.
Okay, so
Oh,
I
he's
had,
cannot
leaving
stay
after
awake.
this?
Yeah.
Well, he can't stay awake. It's just these sessions are too late for him, and his work schedule just doesn't work with him. So,
Gotcha. Makes sense.
but then the other one who left got replaced, and then the replacement player disappeared. So Steve was like, "Let me try and play tonight," and yeah, he couldn't stay awake.
so yeah, I'm just going off the total, how many crystals the whole party has count. I had a note somewhere that we had 8. So...
Well, I'll put one in Barrel's inventory.
Okay.
You tell me if you want one in Gamork's, because all I'm going to do with him in this, if we encounter another battle knight, is just pew pew. I don't want to take time, in the rounds for him to do more. So.
I assume you're not actually breaking one of these, are you, Reed?
No.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
All right. So someone opening the door.
I would
yes.
try to open the door. Yes.
Great. Anakate's done it.
All right. So
will-
Anakate, you step into the mist, it kind of swirls around you, and as you touch the door, the double doors open inward, revealing another shadowy void like the one you saw with Reed.
Ah, it's black again. Okay.
I
Well,
tried to dispel it. I mean, I only have 2 spell slots left, but rather than walk into another trap, why don't we try to actually get in there?
Do you have the spell slot you could use to dispel it?
Yeah, I have 2 more, because in the last fight I just used the 1 spell.
well, before we do that, allow me to try perhaps something stranger. Well, my thinking was perhaps we should try to identify that, but I do not know if touching it will cause me to immediately be sucked through.
What about that sword of yours?
Um,
Maybe try slashing around?
I,
Possibly.
Shadow Strider,
Looking
very
fine.
special. Is person in Sword? Is
So
she
I'll
like?
pull Shadow Strider out and see if it has any kind of effect on the miasma.
No, it doesn't seem like it does anything if you put it up to the miasma.
Okay.
It doesn't suck it in or anything.
I just sort of shrug.
It was worth a shot.
So, previously this portal took us places, and perhaps we do not want to go where this portal leads. I do not know that Reed's dispelling magic will be right choice here, but perhaps there are other ways to disrupt. I am concerned though, because anything we do to disturb it might instead, pull one of us through.
There doesn't seem to be any benefit to going into these dreams, does there?
There
Well-
seems to be a benefit, but seeming is perhaps not so trustworthy. But
Some of you have gotten kind of inspired, and your minds were unlocked a little bit. But like Reed didn't really get much out of his because he
Yeah.
failed those in saves. So he didn't really unlock
I don't
much.
remember. Did I get anything? I don't remember. If I got something from mine, I haven't been using
You
it.
got an inspiration
Inspiration,
point
yeah.
afterwards.
Oh, I probably recorded that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there is perhaps some benefit, but nothing to make the ordeal worthwhile, especially now that we seem to not be getting crystals out of our encounters anymore.
Well, you didn't really go looking for imps that last one.
Oh, in
Oh, yeah,
Reed's
we
chamber?
kinda
No, we
short.
didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we
there-
just ended up in Reed's
Yeah.
little vision.
There may have been imps there, but yeah, no one really looked for them. So it's hard to say.
So, have you been able to venture past this point in the past?
No, this is... We have only tried once, and the one time we tried, we ended up in that glade where we met you.
So, maybe scout a bit ahead, and if there's nothing, come back?
Oh, you mean
No.
further down corridor? We've been down that way.
Oh,
This,
so this
this,
is...
this doorway is...
Yeah, the group, I think, has pretty much explored this whole place. Maybe other than like a couple of rooms.
I see. Huh? I don't see much in the way of options here. Maybe we should just go for it.
Yep, I think you're right.
Very well. All of us through then?
Yep. all of
See
us
where it
through.
takes us.
I probably want to as a frontliner lead in if that's alright with everybody.
You will hear no complaints from us.
Alright,
Alrighty,
so the
I'll lead
group
way then.
steps into the darkness. Shadowy voids encompass you all as you step through the mists. Then suddenly you are on the other side in a new place.
Fun.
You see quite a few things as your vision clears. It seems like you are standing in a cathedral with a bunch of other people sitting in pews. These people seem to be people who you recognize from your past, various friends and family, though none of them seem to react to you. Up at the front of the cathedral, you see probably a child, maybe like 13 or 14 years old, sitting on a darkened altar with strange shadowy creatures sitting around her. And behind her, you see several familiar figures that you've all seen in your dreams, standing there watching her.
Ah, crud. I totally meant to cast Protection from Evil on Anna-Kate before we came through the door.
So
Alright.
are there kobolds in the pews?
Could I...
Some of them are, yes.
Oh, okay.
Could I have done that? I remember I voiced an intention to do that before we went, but then I forgot.
Yeah, sure. Also, this is probably a good place to call it.
Yep.
So give me MVP votes.
Ugh.
Anikate.
So you do a whisper. You do a whisper to me with that command, with whoever you think should be MVP for the session.
I'm still deciding.
Well
How
done. Well played.
how do I whisper to you?
I put the command in the chat
Oh, gotcha.
without the parentheses.
Yeah.
Alright, I got
We
3
are-
votes.
Extraordinarily outnumbered, guys.
That's why I'm hoping
Close.
this is actually
That's
going to be a
close.
fight.
Oh, what?
That's
Galen
close.
Blackwater's up
Just
there.
gotta strike
Galen
that and
Blackwater's
reverse
here,
it.
guys.
Oh, cool.
/W.
This one's Galen, isn't it?
That is, yeah.
Oh, it's
Sorry.
sorry.
I don't know
Anyways,
this name.
So I got 4 votes. I think I'm just missing.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, Gamork
so-
didn't.
I'm spacing out. Yep.
Who did Terrace vote for? We'll never know.
So with 3 votes, Anikate's
Sorry,
MVP. Congrats.
Thank you.
That was fun. That was a good battle.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
that was seriously awesome. I was starting to get scared.
Well, I'm going to take some notes about the session, but you're all welcome to take off, or you can stay if you want to tell or talk to me about anything. But yeah, I'll see you all next time.
Cool.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Lou.
everybody.
Thanks for the game.
Night, everybody.
Good times.